I forgot where my mic button was. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm turning it down a little bit, but yesterday I was told that the music was like not loud enough. Let me switch screens. Before we oh, my camera. I did not flip open my camera. Duh. Okay. How's everybody doing? Good morning. Hi. Yo, I'm so tired. I'm so tired. I had 8 hours of sleep, and I don't mean like I'm like sleepy. Like I'm just exhausted. Hi, Hales. Hi, Anxious. Hi, Emmy. Hi, everybody. My period just started, so I'm like dead inside, and I'm gonna melt to my chair. I have magic bags. Like I'm surrounded by fucking heat pads, you know. I got hot chocolate though, so we're chilling. Hi, boss. What's up? But there's something that I want to do before we art and true crime, you know? I want to do this on stream. One, because I'm very uncreative and I don't know what to put. Two, because I'm anxious, you know? And I was like, I'll do it with y'all. Like magic. American healthcare is not real. How are you? Oh my fucking god. Hi. Okay. American healthcare is like an enigma, bro. That shit's terrifying. I'll show you what I was doing. Actually, I don't have anything going on with this post yet. But let me switch screens. Put myself here. Okay. I wonder. The thing that throws me off is that every time I switch screens, I think I'm still on that specific screen, and so then I go to share with you guys. Real people literally run from ambulance here. Yeah, you'd be like, no, don't take me, bro. That shit is expensive. Okay. We're gonna post this, right? We're gonna post this shit. I think it's too close up on the screen. Let me do that. Hold on. There we go. Oh, no, I didn't want to see the top of my... That's what it is. Okay. I think I'm gonna post this today. And I don't know what I should write as the caption, but I have to have tags and shit. But, I think I might write something, in Discord, and then I'll, like, send it. Like, I'll copy and paste it. So that it looks pretty. Y'all know what I'm saying. Normally, like, if I'm gonna write, like, a big post or something, I will write it. This sounds super fucking weird. I'll write it in Discord, right? And then I'll copy and paste it. Because I use, like, Unicode and stuff. Because I ain't gonna remember that shit off the top of my head, how to do it. So, Unicode is cute. And also, Calmoji. Calmojis are so cute, bro. I did that all for my college assignments. Literally, bro, I'm just like... It'd be like that. I don't know what I'm gonna write though. It's stressing me out. It's not stressing me out. I'm just like nervous. I'm nervous. You know how it be? Anyways, how's everybody's day going? I hope everyone's having a good day. It's only 11 o'clock for me. I like basically just got up an hour ago. I was gonna eat something and I was like, nah, I'll eat later. But I took Advil and Tylenol, so, you know, it'd be like that. Oh shit, ad break. Fuck, we gotta wait. Ad break is gonna be over. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I love those. I use those all the time. I think they're so cute. They're just a little guy, you know? They're just a little guy. Before you get to me. I don't know what to write at the top is the problem. Okay. We'll leave a space like this. We'll leave a space right here, and then, we could also, I think that if I, hold on, I want to look at other people's debut, forms. I know that, like, if I just ignore my fucking drafts, if I just type in debut or VTuber debut, I'm pretty sure that we're gonna get, like, from Billion, or VTuber reveal. Let's look at other people's, bro. Time to get ideas. See, look how pretty this font is. Also, these are all so pretty, bro. I love the animated ones. The animated ones are so nice. Pretty. Okay. You're a girl failure. Girl. Wait, I follow this person. Wait, no, I don't. I thought I followed this person. Oh my god, maybe I'm tripping. I don't know. I don't know. Pretty. Oh my god, this person is so cute. I know we're going off track here, but look at her little paws. The monster in the background, bro. The little bear. Oh my god. She's so cute. Okay, not the point. What does her actual model reveal say? It just says model reveal. Okay. I just learned there are things called soup mugs, and I'm so confused. Well, like, couldn't you just put soup in a regular mug and drink it? Like, what's a soup mug? Soup mug? Unless, like, I totally know what they're talking about. It could be like, oh yeah, no. It's like almost a bowl, but they're like big enough to hold soup. Just like a fucking big ass mug. It's a mug for soup. Oh my god, it's just like I see like a massive mug. Or sometimes they have two handles like on both sides. You can wrap your fingers around them. And some of them have lids. I've seen these. Chili bowl. Oh god. Yeah, they're just like massive mugs. Imagine like somebody put their coffee in a soup mug. This one's animated too. Pretty. Okay. Yeah, so normally people put model reveal at the top and then like whatever sentence they want to do. The art, and you know, and then I don't know if people normally credit their artist on the post. Maybe they do it underneath. Or maybe they credit their artist on the post like at the end, like when the model's actually revealed. That would make sense, you know. Pretty. Okay. Yeah. Oh, this one's so cute. Look at this. She got like a little scientist uniform, and I love the like little. Are those clovers in her hair? Oh my gosh. I'm literally getting off topic. This is not what I was looking for. I was looking for like what they normally put here, and then like I guess like, you know. Pretty. Now we're just looking at models. Today has gone out the window, bro. Look. True form debut. Let's go. You're streaming this early? Yes. Hi, Maggie. We're gonna do some art and watch some true crime, but we're quickly looking at people's model reveals because I'm trying to figure out how I want to write mine. It's normally like model reveal, then they have some sort of tagline, then they have like, you know, see, and then like, you know, and then like, this one's so pretty too. I also like looking at pretty cute things. Ah, Haru, it's so freaking sweet. My heart. Oh, this is pretty at the bottom here too, right? This one's cool. Look at this. I love the outfit. And the, like, tears. The, like, golden tears. That's so crazy. Hold up. I'm liking that one. 21 hours ago, we're safe. I was like, if it was from 3 years ago, I'm just gonna go cry my eyes out because they'd be like, what the fuck? Pretty. The thing is, like, these are all recent, which means that there's just, like, so many fucking people debuting, which is insane. Imagine Frog blinking Joe. Looks like so much work. No. I'm just like, I don't know what to put, and it's, you know. Okay. That's enough of that. I'm going to open Clip Studio. I think I have it open. And then, oh, shit. Here we go. And then we're going to have to resize YouTube because where is my YouTube? The fuck? Oh, no, it is there. I was like, we're gonna have to resize YouTube. I didn't see. Where is it? Hello? 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 Where is it? Clip Studio? No, not that one. Not that one. Not that one. Not that one. What the hell? Ah, found it. There we are. There we are. Can you see? Oh no, you can't see because it's not on. Okay. I wanted to watch this one. Pause, sir. I did not start the video yet. You need to pause. And then... What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? Boy, what the hell, boy? Hold up. You guys know the drill. Just let me resize it really quick. I think, one more. One less? Hello? Right. I like feel like this did not happen last time. Wait. Stop. Okay. Where is it? It don't even show up on the fucking YouTube screen. Why is that? Where did it go? Mom! Makes me a little nervous to be myself. VTubing looks like you okay. The thing is, you don't actually have to debut. It's optional, right? Like no one's holding you over the head to debut or anything. But there we go. That's so much better. People debut like one because they want to build hype for themselves, and two because I think it's fun personally. It's like a little event for yourself, and I think that's like fascinating within its own right. But like you don't have to, right? When I first started VTubing, I didn't have any sort of debut. Please, no more hiccups. Please, no more. I've been hiccuping all morning. Moaning. Fuck. I can't do this, you know? Yeah, when I first started streaming, I didn't debut or anything. I just started using my model. A lot of people don't debut because, people, like, have the idea that it, like, costs, like, a shit ton of money, which it really doesn't. I don't think you can debut with literally anything, like, your PNG if you wanted to. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't have to be big and bold. People make it big and bold when they have the money to do so, but it doesn't have to be like that, you know what I'm saying? Okay, what is life? Your mom. Yeah. Takes useful notes. I think that I'm going to, okay, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna make this the entire screen right now, like that. And I'm gonna set up the tweet that I was gonna make, and then I will start, don't bring my mama into this, hey yo, my bad. And then I will draw directly after. Oh my god, I just realized you guys can't see anything. Pfft, there we go. And then we will draw directly after. So as soon as I finish, you know, bopping out this tweet, we'll be chilling. And then I will... And then we will draw. But for now, we're just going to watch the video. So I just want to let you know... Oh, I had to add the fucking... Hold on. I should probably put this up here, and then it won't disappear while I'm fucking, you know, hold on. Okay. Making sure that, oh my god, don't full screen yourself. I did not say you could do that, Shoddy. I need to get my trigger warning. Hello? Oh my gosh. Oh my god, this song's so good. What the hell, Brian? My bad. Why does the God thing have to be so complicated? Should've played it cool, instead I made a fool. The things I do, 'cause I'm young and I'm dumb and do stupid things when it comes to love. And even if I always end up crying, oh, you can't blame a girl for trying. Anyways, the trigger warnings are pinned to the top of the chat. So if anybody who is joining, I just want to let you know that it is a little bit of a triggering stream. We are going to be watching some true crime. And if that's not your cup of tea, please come back later. We don't always watch true crime. I normally watch true crime when I do art because zero brain cells and I like to listen to stuff. Also, I think that they're really fascinating and, you know, not that I'm going to murder anyone. I just think that, like, psychology is fascinating. Jesus Christ. I don't want to make it sound like I'm going to go, you know. Anyways. So, we are watching, it is called, let me scroll down. Interview with severely disturbed 17-year-old, or disturbed killer 17 years later. Okay. It's about a 45-minute long video. Normally we watch unseen. which is like shorter videos. Are you plotting something? So when's the murder? Bitches, guys, shut the fuck up. No murder. Not now, not ever. At least I hope not. I don't know what's in my future. I can't see, but I'm hoping no murder, you know? I sleep playing either podcast about true crime, natural. Literally, that's fucking insane. Haru, that's insane. If we admit that they're gonna, like, crucify us, you know? So, shh. It's fine, it's fine. I want to wait till the song's over because I really like this song, and then we'll start the video. So it's tax fraud, guy. No tax fraud! Know that in the end I'll do it all again. 'Cause I'm young and I'm dumb. I do stupid things when it comes to love. And even if I always end up crying, well, love will find me, there ain't no denying. Don't know how to fight. Listen! Just like every other person, I went to a tax place. They were supposed to help me with my taxes. They fucking didn't because they're losers. Not my fault. Not my fault that they're fucking losers. I don't know what to say. Oh. Okay. Hold up. I'm trying to move my fucking drawing tablet so that I can type really quick. Okay. Music off. Taxes are stupid. Just steal the IRS. Easy. Fucking based, bro. Based take. Oh, I gotta see if my sound is on for this fucking browser. I think it might be, but Here we go. Okay. Sound is on, sound is up. Let me know if you guys need it louder. I've been told that it's not very loud, so...
Did I get pleasure of killing other people?
That sounds good, baby.
We're gonna go down in history. We're gonna be just like Scream, except real life terms.
The fuck do you mean we're gonna be just like Scream, you motherfucker?
Was that movie Scream? I remember that,
We're gonna be just like Scream. Are you stupid?
I was, like, blown away by it because I thought it was really interesting. He had all these DVDs, and so basically we started talking about Scream, and then we started talking about other movies, and then...
Nobody knows how to file tax. My cat is returned, let's go.
Scream thing was just...
This isn't the plot to Scream 2. The answer is no.
Two kids in their favorite movie. It wasn't anything that was, serious or weird until, like, the very end.
Two kids in their favorite movie, so they started fucking murdering people.
Like, let's see, Ted Bundy, like the Hillside Strangler, the Zodiac Killer.
Those people are more amateurs compared to what we're gonna be.
The fuck?
We just left her house.
Getting taxed after a
This is
check
not a
already getting them
fucking joke.
literally.
I stabbed her in the throat and I saw her lifeless body just disappear. Dude,
Disappear?
The clip you've just seen is taken from a series of homemade videos recorded by two 16-year-old killers.
Why the fuck?
Just moments before the camera
We're gonna be
started
better
rolling,
than the
they
fucking...
brutally murdered their friend and classmate,
Why?
16-year-old Cassie Stoddart.
Oh, hello, Cassie. I'm getting you on tape, okay? Say hi,
She's
please.
like, why?
Yeah, see ya.
Okay, see ya. Now we're gonna take that we
Draper,
murdered
one
you.
half of the infamous murder duo from
What function?
Pocatello,
Hey, yo,
Idaho,
be
now
quiet about those
33 years
taxes.
old, is serving a life sentence for his crimes and has agreed to an exclusive interview with Iwu. While Tori Adamczyk, the other half of the...
I gotta pause. I know this is not relevant, bro. Why he's so... Literally. Anyways, I was gonna say, I love that their name is Explore With Us, but they call them Iwu. I think that's funny. Iwu? Like, come on, bro. Bro is casually confessing their crimes. Literally, they record, like, tapes, bro. They were like, yeah, we committed this crime. This is where it is. Sorry, my bad. Like, come on now.
Duo never responded to our queries. Brian was willing to speak with us in an exclusive interview 17 years after Cassie's murder.
Jesus
I would
Christ.
love the opportunity to experience life in society again when I lost everything, and I hate that, like, another person had to lose their life, but it's created a person in me that I never thought I could ever, achieve. And I really hope that, like...
What does that mean, bro? Created a killer in me. The dog in me. Maybe the parasites made me do it. Like, bitch, shut the fuck up.
But I tried as hard as I could for as long as I could to live a good life.
The following interview has been analyzed by a qualified team, including a licensed professional counselor and a former detective, former licensed polygraph examiner, and former hostage negotiation commander and instructor. To get Brian comfortable talking to us, we started with the basics of his background, asking him about his early childhood and how he ended up living in Pocatello.
Basically, I grew up in Mormon suburbia. I lived in Sandy, Utah, and then I moved to Pocatello, Idaho when I believe I was 12 when we moved there. I lived an extremely sheltered life, and I was very limited in my experiences and all of that. So
I told you, what the hell, Brian?
I've always been a very private person.
Brian just fucking. This channel makes such good videos. It literally does. He's near me. No, Brian.
My dad was always gone though. I was a kid, so I didn't really have a good father figure growing up. My dad was, a good dad. He was a great dad.
My dad was not a good dad. Sorry, Dad. Not really. Fuck you.
Largely raised by just my mother, and she was busy all the time and stretched thin, so I was largely a latchkey kid, I believe is what they call it. Kind of came home, I was alone, I kind of ate alone, so that's kind of how my life was growing up. But we moved to Pocatello when I was 12 or 13, and I think the transition into junior high school and high school is where things started to kind of fall apart, and it really exposed all of the gaps I had in my development and all my vulnerabilities. I think that's what really did it. Is when you're a kid, you're unlike elementary school. Everything is very easy and simple, and as you get older, things get a lot more complicated as your social network gets more complicated, and it really tore me apart, and it kind of exposed all my difficulties and my vulnerabilities as I got older. I think that's largely how it started.
You got the loudest keyboard, I swear. I'm sorry about my keyboard, bro. We're being rated. Pause the fucking Brian. Brian, shut the fuck up. We're being rated. Hi. A stray angel. Thank you so much for the follow. I mean, the raid. Jesus Christ, brain dead. I'm sorry. It's morning. I'm tired. Good morning. Welcome in, Raiders. Hi. Good. Thank you so much for the follow. Hi. How's everybody doing? How was your stream? What did you play? Sorry, I feel brain dead. Are you stuck in the toilet? I ain't stuck in the toilet. I can leave if I want to. Look. This is a life decision. I choose to sit on the toilet, bro. I choose to live this life always, bro. How was your stream? Thank you so much for the raid. I hope your stream went well. Please feel free to rest up, go get a snack, chill out. You don't gotta stay. I don't want to hold you here, nothing. Turvy, thank you so much for the follow. No hemorrhoids? I have no hemorrhoids. Hello? I literally have no hemorrhoids. I swear. I have 0. Please, I'm sorry. I don't have any. Damn. Hold on, you got a 100 IQ. I can't do everything on it, literally. Lurk, I hope your stream goes well, great. I'm just gonna work. Have a good day at work. Thank you so much for the raid. Such a Chad chooses the toilet. Eat game shit by God. Literally, Mr. Beanie, I just have to... Facts, to be honest. We live in life this way, bro. We're built different. That's so bad. We're just chilling. Mr. Beanie, thank you so much for the follow. Okay. Hi, sorry, I didn't even introduce myself. I'm Patty. I'm an Ink Demon VTuber. I do variety streams. Today we are doing art and true crime. Gotta have a 100 out of 10 digestive system right there. Bro, me sitting on the toilet all the time, 24/7. Don't worry, we're chilly. We're currently watching true crime videos. I'm setting something up. I'm doing something in the background. And then we will start drawing, in maybe 10 to 20 minutes. So, I was 50%. Was thinking you're the toilet demon. No! Bro, I've been compared to Skibbity Toilet, Benny the Ink Demon, your fucking mother. Please, listen, I literally... No toilet demon. I don't want to add toilet demon to the list of things, bro. Bro, I was the bendy one. I take pride in it. Bitch, literally, everybody looks at me and they be like, oh, are you Benny the Ink Demon? No. Shut up. Shut up. That's not me. You remind me of fucking Chucky. Ah! Why? I don't even look like Chucky. Chucky's a fucking redhead, bro. My sister looked more like Chucky than me. Come on now. That's so messed up. New lore. You're Patty the Toilet Demon Lord. No! Toilet Lord, I refuse. Now I know why I feel scared taking a poop in the dark. Stop, Beanie! Mr. Beanie, I'm so offended. I can't believe you've done this. Guys, we are watching a true crime video. If you are triggered by... I can't do this. I'm fucking being... Shit, Lord, stop. Toilet dip, you win. I'm gonna fucking lose my mind. The plumber didn't even. Chat, shut the fuck up! I'm trying to say serious things. We're watching a true crime video. If you are squeamish, uncomfortable by any of the trigger warnings, pinned to the chat or plus extra. Last time I checked, I don't care. Patty shit lord the turd juice. Feel free to leave and come back later. I stream all the time. I don't always stream true crime. This is just what we chose. Don't deny destiny. You are the chosen. Fuck you guys. I'm starting the video. Everyone listen to fucking Brian.
Extremely affectionate, and she taught me to be affectionate as well, and she's very, kind.
I can't do this shit, bro. Who needs holy water? We just need a plunger to get rid of this one. Nah, the golden... Guys! This is a serial killer talking right now. Jesus Christ. I can't do this, bro. Also, wait. Can I scroll to the side? No, I cannot. Okay. The porcelain. I can't take pride in our toilet over. Shut the fuck up, guys. Fuck y'all. Fuck y'all.
But I think, yeah, I mean.
Oh my god. Sewer goblins. Ah!
But I don't want to speak ill of my mother because I love my mother.
So I checked. My friend is Jeff.
Good.
What? My bad.
Things that I could have learned and things that she could have done differently. But like that's every parent, right? I think that largely I had a good family and I was treated right. And I was actually adopted. But I was adopted at birth. And so the Draper family has always been like my family. The highlight of my childhood is when my dad came home. I was able to hang out with him. So, but yeah, that's my mom and dad were. They always fought. They were never really affectionate with each other. They tried, but.
So Patty, when the next toilet wash me. No joke, he looks just like. Oh my fucking. I hate y'all. Stop that shit. What toilet worshiping meeting? If you want to go into your bathroom and pray to me, fucking get down on your hands and knees. Your toilet better be clean, sparkly. I better be able to see my reflection in it. On God. You better put down your fucking fanciest Monster Energy drink next to the toilet. Crack that shit open and pray. Click clack so loud, bruh. Shut up about my keyboard, motherfucker. Dude, he knows that him being adopted is an excuse for murder. No, I think what he's saying, hands and knees. Yeah, literally. The sacrifice is just a bag of your fresh shit. No fucking way! You gotta open that fucking monster, pour that shit in the toilet, pray to me, fucking give me your firstborn child. Actually, I don't want that shit. Anyways, I think what he's saying is just like, he feels more fucked up by the fact that bro was about to use the dinner for... Bro was, is that he's saying that, like, he had, like, a good childhood. He doesn't think that it was his parents' or his sister's fault that he turned into a fucked up killer. He just did. Which is, like, kind of commendable of him, but he also fucking murdered somebody, so we can't really just be like, no, we just summon you to jump you. The fuck? Yeah, and you drink toilet monster. Brett! Gross.
She's 30 now. Her name's Tiffany. She was like 12 when I was arrested, so she's really growing up. But we were really close, and I love my sister. And, the commonplace stuff of, kids and their siblings fighting and arguing is, it's pretty normal stuff.
Brian is quick to mention an absent father and describes his mother as doing the best she could, even though she made mistakes.
Jump,
This may
Jesus,
mean
you guys
he's
in
trying
this
to
shit.
appear
Nah,
as though
prank
he's
him,
not
John.
blaming his parents, while at the same time leaving us to draw our own conclusions that they created an environment leading to him being too sheltered. It's possible that in his mind this is true, or it could be seen as an attempt at manipulation. What Brian says here about his sister Tiffany eerily echoes what Andrew Stoddard said about his sister Cassie in an interview given in 2016. He stated, "Me and her were always into the same stuff and going to the same places. We did everything together even though we would argue and stuff, just like any other sibling. I just miss having my sister right there, a grade above me. I felt like I was always a step behind her,
I
looking
wouldn't
up to
care.
her.
You already know,
She
bro.
really
Bro, what
was
is
a
up
role
with
model.
Brian?
She was
Brian just talking about how he loves his family and shit, and they were all tight, thick as thieves, and then he go and murder a bitch, and then he was like, oh, bro, I'm so sorry, I can't believe my family doesn't want to talk to me anymore. Like, are you fucking kidding me, Brian? You murdered somebody, Brian. Hold on, when you take a shit, do you sweat? Stop. What does it? I don't. No. I'm literally not a toilet demon. Shut the fuck up, Mr. B. Bruh.
really smart, doing good, and had a lot going for her. We asked Brian if he always knew he was adopted.
No, I didn't. So basically when I was 10 years old, my mom actually took
No, literally, like, after they killed her, she was like, you're fucking adopted, bro. Thank God you're not my genes. Patty not escaping the allegations. Dude, I wish I could copy and paste what you think, bro. I can't.
Lunch,
This.
and she told me that I came from a different mommy, is how she said it. And so I didn't even know what that meant exactly. And she said that while I was in heaven, I chose her instead of my biological mother. And so I thought, okay, so you're my mom. So all I knew about my biological mother was that she was only 13 when she had me.
Oh my god! His biological mom was only 13 when he had her. That's so sad, bro. The fuck? Nah, imagine we drowning Patty and she... Stop!
Her name was, and that's all
I murdered someone, silly me. I'm sorry. Yeah, he literally said, it was an oopsie, family. Can you forgive me? This is equivalent of, you guys, he's sorry. Bruh. He's sorry. He's sorry, he's sorry.
I thought, oh my god, this is her. And we had like a correspondence for a while, and then she disappeared again. But had a very brief relationship with her after I was arrested.
Our next questions delved into how Brian met Tori and their relationship. Notice how Brian references Cassie in this section, as it's the one and only time he refers to her specifically in this interview.
So I only met Tori. I knew Tori for a couple months, basically. So that's at the very end of my time on the outside is when
My Fruit Loops are being tainted by this BS.
Sophomore year in high school biology.
Top hats as offerings. A top hat would be pretty sick. I ain't never wear a top hat before.
Class, it was fifth hour, and I wasn't his friend at first. When I first met him, I didn't like him. He was very arrogant, and I thought he was like a popular kid, so I didn't really have a connection to him at first, and he was mean.
Whoa! Thank you so much for the follow!
For the first, I don't know, half of that year. What brought us together was we had an
Bro, you can make a fancy patty out with a top hat.
and we were assigned into groups. And the greatest irony of all of this, I think, is that I was assigned to a table with my victim and with Tori at the same time, and we were all like friends, and that's how we became friends. Is we all started talking to each other and like laughing and joking around. So all three of us, and then her friend was there too, and that's how we got a connection.
According to our team, this phrasing, in addition to being an unsettling way to refer to Cassie, is a red flag in that, generally speaking, we tend to refer to the most meaningful people first in a conversation. Here, Brian introduces Cassie as my victim, and then Tori, almost as though he was already seeing Cassie as his victim as far back as that lab assignment. It also completely erases her identity.
So funny, and then
allows
he
him to
kills the
distance
girl.
himself from-
The funnier, she used my 250 points. Bro, don't do it, bro. Don't do it. Also, if you see my head down, I'm looking down. But, it'd be like that. I'm not slouching, I swear, bro. Nobody called the police. It's fine. Ads, not the ads. I paused the ad break. I'm sorry. What do you mean you're sorry? Don't do it. Don't do it, bro. Also, we're pausing the video just for a minute while the ads go through. I lost the mental fight. Nah, bro, please. Oh, Pigmean. Bro, we're bopping out here with the Pigmean, bro. Pigmean. Pigmean. Okay. Hold up. Oh my god. This is funny as fuck. Sorry. Meow. We love the meow. The cat do be popping off. Okay, ad break over. We restarted. My bad.
From her as a person. Brian also seems to have a hard time keeping his answers straight, and often provides contradictory answers.
My pronouns are
For
she, her,
example,
by the
when he
way.
just finished explaining
case
how
you
he
needed to
initially
know.
didn't like Tori, he almost immediately
Hey,
goes
yo, my
on
pronouns
to
are she,
say
her, bro.
this.
I don't know what drew me to him immediately. I think it was more just I kind of felt like he was.
I see. Yes,
When you're a
sir.
kid, like everything that is important is cool. He was cool. I thought he was cool. How he talked, how he acted, how many movies he had. I just thought he was a cool dude.
69 points. Let's go.
He told me he had tons of friends and that he was pop.
Bro, he had so many movies. He had all the DVDs. He was so swag. I helped him kill somebody. Literally, bro, he had that Shrek 4 on DVD, and I came over to his house, and I was like, you want to murder somebody? Oh, for you, I'll do it. For you, I'll do it, bro. Like, come on now. Dab me up, bro.
So I felt
Oh, my God.
like if I hung out with him, I could be popular. I could be popular at my school. He could get me involved with other people, but after the fact, I realized that yeah, that was all a lie. Like, he wasn't popular. He didn't have a lot of friends, but
How did you?
he-
How did after the fact you realize he had no friends? He wasn't popular. Like that don't make no sense, bro. A bit more than a bromance. They were cellmates. Oh my fucking god.
He also goes on to clarify that he and Tori didn't discuss anything beyond movies, despite the hours of footage they shot speaking of other interests. It's unclear if Brian has simply forgotten the footage, or if he doesn't know how much was released to the public after the trial.
That's what he got me into movies, and that's all we talked about. That was it. We didn't talk about girls. We didn't talk about our futures. We talked about movies. That was the extent of our friendship.
We're gonna go down in history. We're gonna be just like Scream.
We didn't talk about anything, bro. Bromance. What did I miss? Apparently, Brian and this other guy, can't remember his fucking name, causes nuclear dapperism. What the? Basically, they watch movies together. Probably touched hands accidentally in the popcorn bowl. Oh my fucking god. Literally, bro, he's like, we didn't talk about anything except for movies. We're gonna go down bigger than Scream, bigger than 10 Buddy. Bro, are you fucking kidding me, bro? Literally, all your footage was released to the public. Y'all be making, like, home films together. I wouldn't be surprised if y'all had the other kind of home films together. Like, come on now. Oh, barely knew the guy.
I was hanging out with Tori all the time. Like I said, like, we didn't have intense conversations about life and what we wanted out of life. It was all movies. That was it.
Yeah, all movies. It was it, guys.
Yes, I am. So are you.
No, evil is an expression of God. That was another test you failed.
Evil is not an expression of God.
Yes, it is.
It's bullshit. You know it.
Evil, the origin, is a follower of fucking Satan.
There is no Satan.
Real? Then shut up.
Then how are we supposed to express ourselves?
Good and bad.
We're bad.
We're bad.
Like, that sounds so shitty.
We're evil. That's even shittier.
We're not, okay? They were sick psychopaths do not get pleasure of killing other people.
That's
Next, we asked him what kind of
What
movies
the
he
hell?
watched
The
with
boyfriends
Tori.
are fighting. They murdered a man because of movies. I don't know. Like, maybe their inspiration was Scream. Maybe they were just fucking demented. They don't really, like, explain that yet. But the thing is, like, they be talking about some weird shit, bro.
I didn't have any DVDs that were horror movies. I didn't have any horror movies.
Like, yeah, Brian here is literally chalking it up to, like, it was movies, guys. The movies did it to us. Well, all their conversations say otherwise. Like, literally all of them.
Because I wasn't allowed to have horror movies, so I didn't have any of that stuff in my house.
Taken shortly after the murder, these crime scene photos of Brian's room
Didn't have
show
any of that
walls
stuff in
walls
my
horror
house,
movie
bro.
posters and a large DVD
Not me,
collection
bro. I
complete
had
with
nothing,
dozens of
bro.
horror movie titles.
So literally, this is so funny. 17 years later, I don't know if this is 17 years later, that's what they said. They're having a conversation with this guy, and he's supposed to be honest and, you know, all that shit. And he's going over what he says happened. Why does he have the 2000s Barbie movie, bro? I would have the 2000s Barbie movie. This was in the 2000s. Also, like, but, like, he'd be like, nah, none of this happened. This didn't happen, da-da-da-da. And they literally have pictures and videos of it happening. And he's like, no, that didn't happen. This didn't happen. Like, you're tripping balls. Like, and then they have pictures of his room covered wall to wall in horror movie films. Bruh.
Either the statement
Like,
he
why?
just gave is a lie, or he's claiming that in the apparent couple months he hung out with Tori before they murdered Cassie, he amassed this entire collection without his parents knowing.
But he got me into that stuff. I mean, I had known about it, as a kid, and I was kind of thought it was cool to watch Friday the 13th. I thought it was cool. I saw it on TV, of course, DVD. But so, I kind of thought
He literally is blaming it all on this one guy,
I didn't know
bro.
anything about Scream or anything. So that was largely what Tori brought into my life, was that movie Scream. And so I remember that I went to his house, and he had this extensive DVD collection. I was, like, blown away by it, because I thought...
I was blown away, bro. You don't even understand, bruh.
DVDs. And so basically
Those
we
look
started
like the
talking about
colors.
Scream, and then we started talking about other movies, and then, like, the whole, like, Scream thing was just, kind of what we talked about, but it was more just, like, two kids and their favorite movie. It wasn't anything that was,
Wasn't anything bad. We just murdered a woman because of it. It wasn't anything bad, though.
Very end of our friendship out there. So it was, it's all just normal stuff. Gave us a chance to just, kind of escape into our own reality, I guess is how it started.
One of the
They
many
definitely
interesting
kissed,
answers
damn.
Brian gave us was when we asked him if there were any red flags he was exhibiting that he thought other people could have noticed.
Oh, absolutely. So basically,
He's like, absolutely. I was fucking insane,
my
bro.
junior year in high completely copied the identity of a Columbine high school shooter. So I copied their how they dressed, how they.
Huh? He said, in my senior year, I copied the... yeah, huh? I copied everything about the Columbine shooter. And how they dressed, the music. Brian! Sorry.
They talked, what kind of music they listened to. I started smoking because I wanted to embody that image, because I thought that image would elicit, attention from my classmates. I started wearing a trench coat, and all of these things were very clear that I was dressing differently, I was acting differently. And if you would have gone on like chat rooms, I go into like chat rooms, and I guess I just I was looking for an identity, and that's the.
And I picked a shooter. Lord, Brian, stop saying this all.
I guess that would be one of them, and then I'd always talk about it. I talked about it online on my MySpace profile, because this was in 2006. I talked about how my heroes were Eric and Dylan. So when who says things like that, he's trying to impress people, and he's trying to show people that, hey, I'm like this too. I'm cool. I'm powerful. I can do something like this too. So you respect me, and I think that all those things came into play, and they weren't talked about. So, but yeah, I could have absolutely.
He's trying to build himself up, bro, for real.
Really dumb things in class that, I think if one individual would have gone to a school resource officer and said, hey, Brian Draper said these things, I think.
He is literally, I'm so impressed by him. So first of all, he blames it on movies. Then he blames it on his buddy who showed him the movies. Now he's blaming it on the fact that, like, I was exhibiting so many bad behaviors. If somebody had just pointed it out, I would have stopped. Like, Brian, are you fucking kidding me? You're blaming it on literally everything you ever could to try to get out of this shit. But it's been 17 years. Like, get over yourself. You fucked up. You killed somebody. Brian has God tier denial. Literally. You fucked up. You killed this person. You were in the wrong, bitch. What are you doing?
But that would have been enough to scare me straight and be like, what am I doing? Like, I'm getting in serious trouble. This is stupid. But that never happened.
Brian's behavior was reported at least twice. Fellow students at his middle school reported that Brian and another student were planning a school shooting. They
because he was dressed as a shooter.
Brian and the other student were obsessed with Columbine.
Literally.
Were planning a similar attack. In one of the two reports, Brian was allegedly planning to bring a gun to the next school dance, and had even mimicked shooting people at the previous dance. Brian was disciplined and referred for counseling, and ended up switching to an alternative school. This is still a remarkable amount of focus on himself and how others could have stopped him from making his choices.
That's what I'm saying.
While
He's
it's
blaming it
typical for
all on
teenagers
other
to be
people.
more self-involved and narcissistic than other age groups, and while personality disorders are not typically diagnosed until after the age of 18.
Somebody
If certain
could have
traits are
stopped me.
exaggerated in adolescence,
Brian needs
this can be a
to
red
stop
flag
throwing his
for a
BF under the
burgeoning
bus.
personality disorder. Next, we asked why he was obsessed with the Columbine shooters.
That's a great question.
Largely, it was trying to get noticed by my peers, and so I think when I entered junior high school and high school, I kind of got swallowed up in the environment where I didn't have a lot of friends, I didn't have a good social network, and I was kind of pushed aside, and that made me frustrated, and I didn't have.
Made me frustrated, so I wanted to dress up as a shooter, guys.
I wanted, so
fucking crazy.
And so I tried to get noticed, and that's what all.
Bro, what the hell, genuine? Yeah, literally.
And so I tried all of these things.
It was like the student body's fault, because they didn't want to be my friend. And, them not wanting to be my friend was like, are you joking? Like, that's fucked up. Like, like, they should have talked to me. They should have been my friend. If not, this wouldn't have happened, Like, are you fucking, Brian, shut the fuck up, Brian.
And I just got pushed, I guess, further and further into the fringes, and that's when I remembered Columbine. I remember hearing about Columbine when I was younger, and I started going online and researching it, and this gave me, it was a very huge, extreme example of what a kid can do at his school to be noticed and be important. And so
he was important for all the wrong reasons, bro. The fuck? Bro, they didn't accept his friend request, so he planned a shooting. Literally, hello? And then he didn't shoot at the school, so he murdered one of his buddies. Bitch, the fuck? Sorry.
me to it at
Dude,
first, I believe, and then
I'm
I
yeah.
felt like I was part of a club because I was, I was interested in these things for a reason. I'm part of this club. I'm part of these people. I'm an elite person. I'm strong. I'm powerful. I'm a man. And so I started, dressing like them. I started acting like them because I had no idea who Brian Draper was. And that's, unfortunately, I was pushed into that role, and it's my own fault, but...
Unfortunately, I was pushed into that role. By who, bro? Like, fucking... Your mom wasn't like, you gotta dress like this fucking school shooter now. Is that cool? Is that cool? Are you cool with that? Like, Brian gaslighting himself skills is crazy. How Brian literally, unfortunately, like, I was pushed into this role, and, like, like, fucking, I didn't mean to, but, like, it just happened, and there's nothing I could do to stop it. Like, Brian, are you fucking stupid, Brian? I mean, like, yeah, he's stupid, but, like, are you stupid? I don't know. I'm so sorry. The fuck?
And that's why I related to it, is because I felt like they were like me, and they understood me when I didn't even know them, and they weren't even people anymore. They were dead. But, like, in my mind, they were real on the screen. And so, I felt like a kinship with them. It's one of those things that makes me frustrated now because of what they did, and
yeah. Hello, Brian. Hello.
When you're a kid, you don't really understand about the whole damage you're causing. You just understand it in terms of, is it cool?
And now he's going, I was a kid, so not my fault. I was just a little kid, like, fucking, you don't understand, though, bro, like, fuck, like, Brian, please, sorry.
Be noticed, and that's all you think about. That's it.
The use of statements such as, I'm an elite person, I'm strong, I'm powerful, indicate an obsession with being seen as an elite person.
Yeah.
It also aligns with certain aspects of narcissistic personality disorder. Brian mentioned that he and Tori used to break into homes, and we asked him if the purpose of this was to scare people.
No, it was more like we'd go to a house and we'd drive around and we'd film and we'd...
That's funny because someone said, dang, what kind of stupid are you? Literally.
Huge thing.
And he's blaming it on literally anyone he can get his hands on to blame it on, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. We've probably tried maybe 10 times. They've never been on the road, so.
Well, the parents show up.
As long as we're patient,
We would do that for about 2 weeks. We were doing that. And I think the more we did that, the more crazy it got to where it was, well, how about we go into a house? And so then we actually went into a house once. I'm not going to say whose it was. We went into a house and then we left. We didn't do anything. And so
I'm not gonna say who it was. I don't want to be convicted again, but we went into a house. We went into a house, like. Oh my god. Why am I so angry, bro? I'm so angry, bro.
Never getting paid off because I make things home alone. So we got it all worked out now. So
it was like a thing where it was just one.
It all worked out though, all good.
Step after another, where it just became worse and worse and worse. Where then all of a sudden we're in this other house and our friends are upstairs and we're in the basement, and then it's, oh my god, like.
Didn't they just say they had no friends? We were in my friend's house and like all our friends were upstairs and we were downstairs in the basement. Like, oh my, Brian, I thought you just said you had no friends, Brian. You're contradicting yourself in your own statement, Brian. The fuck?
We're actually doing a crime now. It's reality. So.
Brian and Tori started with smaller scale crimes that they were easily able to get away with. It's not uncommon that someone will continue to escalate their behavior to test the limits of what they can.
Yeah, it's true, right? Like if they don't get stopped, then they'll just keep going.
Desensitize themselves for bigger, riskier plans. With this in mind, we asked how and when the topic of murdering someone first came up.
Well, it seemed like it was very spontaneous. So we were skipping an assembly in junior year. We were friends over the summer. That's when we became like friends, I guess, is during those 3 months. I spent every day with him, all day with him, and I neglected all my other friends. But so basically,
he literally said he had no friends, and then he does it again. I got friends.
Assembly, I believe, in junior year of high school, and we were hiding out in the bathroom because it was a requirement. You had to go to it. So we skipped it, and we were hiding out in the bathroom. We were kind of like mimicking.
Oh no, not ditching. Compared to trying to do a school shooting and fucking like kill their classmate. I'm pretty sure like the ditching is like it's whatever, bro. Like ditch class as long as you don't murder anybody.
Like, thought about doing something actually like real. At this point in my life, this is a very complicated issue, but at this point in my life, I have been like reading about the Columbine High School shooting, and so I had been delving into that. And so when he asked me that, I said, yeah, I've been, I thought about Columbine for a while. And so yeah, I have thought about that. And so that.
I'm so sorry. Imagine like you're sitting in the bathroom with your buddy, right? And they ditch class. And this is the buddy that like we rob houses together. We fucking chill, you know. We say some weird shit. We watch horror movies. And his one buddy, you're Brian, and you're sitting there, and his buddy's like, or no, you're his buddy. I'm sorry. Or like you're just some bitch in the bathroom. Like you go to the bathroom. Well, sorry, yeah, this is even better. You go to the bathroom and you're sitting in the bathroom on the toilet while they're like talking, and this one guy goes, "Hey Brian, like you ever thought about like some like real crime? Like you like some real crime?" And Brian's like, "I mean, yeah, I've always thought about like shooting up a school." And his buddy's like, "No, not like that, Brian. I meant like hardcore murder." And Brian's like, "Oh, like that could be cool too." And you're sitting on the toilet like trying to fucking be as quiet as possible, trying not to piss yourself. I mean, it's fine because you're sitting on the toilet, but like, oh my, Jesus Christ. It'd be like, yeah, shooting up a school. No, I meant hardcore murder. They're both murder. Hello? Like, I'm sorry.
That's when it started, and
My bad. I'm just, the fuck?
I mean, it goes deeper than that. It goes deeper than that. It's just where I was in the very vulnerable place in my life and so the worst actual possible thing that could have happened to me is meeting Tori, and I'm not blaming it on Tori, but that was
The worst possible thing that could happen to me was meeting Tori. But I'm not blaming it on Tori. Not Tori's fault, you know. Yo, I'm ditching school if I hear that. Literally, like, you be sitting in the bathroom and you're, like, chilling and and then all of a sudden, like, they start having this fucking conversation and you're like, yo, what the fuck? I'm dropping out. Mom, I'm sorry, we gotta change schools. You know, like, fuck.
Was the actual tipping point that pushed all of this into reality instead of just stupid adolescent fantasy. It became reality, and that's because we came together at the worst possible time. And so, but that's what happened, and that was probably in August of 2006, I'd say. He just asked me, and then I said, yeah, I have thought about it, and then we started going to his house, and we put our own lives into a movie, and so we said, like, who are the characters, and so our characters were...
And sorry, the fact that he keeps comparing it to the movie means that, like, he has no full understanding of what he actually did. Because, like, he basically, like, he keeps comparing it to a movie, you know what I mean? And he's like, oh, this and that. We put our things into a movie. We did this and that. It's like, bro, this is real fucking life. You actually killed somebody. You actually did this shit. The fuck are you on about?
We're our friends, and so our friends were characters in the movie, and our classmates were characters, and that's how it all started, is we took, like, the movie screen and we put it into our lives. It wasn't really real yet. It was like a fantasy. But that's how it started.
Marie, September 22nd, 2006. Skipping our 4th hour. We're writing our plan right now for tonight. It's gonna be cool. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Cassie's family, but she had number one.
He's like fucking smirking. We're writing our plan. I'm sorry, Cassie's family, but she's gonna be our first victim. Like, are you bitch, the fuck?
We have to stick with the plan.
We gotta stick with the
She's
plan.
perfect, so she's gonna die. Time is 9:50. September 22nd, 2006. Unfortunately, we have the grueling task of killing our 2 friends.
Unfortunately, guys, I don't want to do it, but the parasites in me wanted to. Like, Brian, just the fuck, Brian. I'm gonna be saying this the entire stream for the rest of my fucking life. The fuck, Brian? Like, come on now, bro. Oh my god.
And they are right in a house just down the street.
We just talked to them. We were there for an hour. Nice.
We checked out the whole house. We know there's lots of doors. There's lots of places to hide. I unlocked the back doors, so it's all unlocked. Now we just gotta wait. And we're really nervous right now, but you know, we're ready.
We're listening to the greatest rock band
We've been waiting
ever,
for this for a long time.
Floyd, before we commit the
We're listening to Pink Floyd before we commit, bruh.
ultimate crime of murder.
We waited for this for a long time.
A long time.
On Sunday, September 24th, 2006, the Contreras' 13-year-old daughter walked into the family living room and discovered the bloating and bloody body of her cousin, Cassie Stoddart. Frank Contreras and his wife Allison, Cassie's uncle and aunt, had left the responsible 16-year-old to house sit for the weekend and never imagined the horrors that would take place the Friday night they left. Cassie had invited over her boyfriend Matt and two friends, Brian and Tori, to watch a movie together, Kill Bill Volume 2. When the boys arrived, they familiarized themselves with the layout of the house. The four teens then put on the movie and hung out in the living room until approximately 9:45, when Brian and Tori said they needed to leave. They left a door open and snuck back in, turning the power on and off to try to coax Matt and Cassie to come downstairs. When Matt's mother came to pick him up just a few minutes later, they offered to take Cassie with them. However, she decided to remain at the house to watch over the animals. Tori and Brian, after a prolonged bout of terrorizing Cassie, would don red and white masks and corner her in the Contreras' living room, stabbing her 29 times in the chest and neck.
We just killed Cassie. We just left her house. This is not a fucking joke. I stabbed her in the throat and I saw her lifeless body just disappear. Dude, I just killed Cassie. Oh, fuck. That felt like fucking real. I mean, it went by so fast.
Shut the fuck up, we gotta get our act straight.
The
Oh
13-year-old
my
cousin
fucking
who
god,
discovered
bro.
Cassie's body would later develop depression, as did Frank and
Oh
Allison.
my god.
Frank said of their home, "We just never went back in that living room. It was our dream home, and it turned into a nightmare." Andrew Stoddart, Cassie's brother, says the tragedy affected the rest of the family about the same. "We all had different things that bothered us. It took us years before we could even talk about it."
That's so sad, man.
I'm sorry. You know, like this, I thought it was joking, you know, like, yeah, it's joking. They're trying to, you know, he's trying to spot it or it's not fake at all. We have to kill her. I can't believe I did this. And he said, we have to kill her. And so we stabbed it out of the way. And it just kept, I heard it go in.
I'm sorry, he's so fake, bro. He said, we had to kill her. Brian, just shut the fuck up, Brian. Oh my god.
Chest, like, I don't know, chest. It was supposed to happen. It's supposed to be a joke.
He's not even crying, bro.
Next, we asked Brian if he ever discussed with Tori what they would do if they ever got caught.
Nope, I never talked about those things, never thought about those things.
We're going for a high death count.
We're not going not to get caught, Brian. If we're going for guns, we're just gonna end it. We're just gonna grab the guns and get out of there, kill everybody and leave.
We're going to make history. We're gonna make history.
For all you FBI agents watching, man, you weren't quick enough.
You weren't quick enough and you weren't smart enough.
We are also taught that things like killing people and other thing is wrong. The only thing that
I'm off
is
to math
wrong
class.
about
Did you close your bathroom
is
door? Indeed I did,
breaking
sir.
law, and
I
law is
closed the
only wrong.
door.
The law
Have a
is
good
clear.
class.
After selection, that's all I gotta say.
There should be no law against killing people.
It's hard to
There
believe
should be
that
no
Brian
law
and Tori
against
didn't
killing
talk about
people,
what they
bro.
would
What the
do
fuck
if
are you
they were
talking about?
caught. As an interrogation, both boys gave similar and rehearsed answers. They both initially told investigators that they left Cassie's house to go see a movie, obviously trying to set up an alibi.
But like,
Of
who's
course,
gonna
with
see you at the movie
tickets,
theater?
Eyewitness accounts placing them at the theater and their matching statements.
That's what I was about to say.
Detectives
Who's
would
gonna
have
see
to
you at the
let
movie
Brian
theater?
and Tori go, wouldn't they? But the wannabe serial killers were unable to provide them with any of that. And they didn't even have the foresight to look up a summary of the movie they claimed
Oh
they'd
my
seen.
god, they're so dumb. They're so dumb, bro.
You guys turn and go in. I remember
So what was the movie about? I mean, you watched most of the movie?
I don't know. Well, there's a girl there.
There was a girl there at the movie theater. What was the movie about? He said, I don't know, but I was watching this cute girl at the theater. Like, are you stupid? Brian!
The boys tried another lie.
So you're going to say that whatever Tori did this night, you did as well?
If with your cars, yeah.
No, I mean...
Yeah, Tori can tell us the same thing when we talk to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we were together.
So what was the purpose of parking there?
We were scoping the neighborhood
Why?
because we were planning to go through cars.
When you say go through cars, what do you mean?
Oh, see the ones that are open, we don't go through any with alarms or that are locked. We just walk by.
Brian doesn't got a good poker face. Brian is just sitting there like, we did this. We might have done that.
Once this year and in 9th grade.
We're gonna be murdered, baby.
What the fuck? Why would you record that shit, you stupid motherfucker 17-year-olds?
People are more amateurs compared to what we're gonna be.
I just kind of, I don't know. I just kind of assumed I was lost in the moment, and it was just more of a like what people don't really know is that we have been doing this for about.
What people don't really know, Brian, we know it all, Brian. You recorded it, Brian. They sure felt, literally, they were like, we gotta get our story straight. We da-da-da-da-da. Like, are you stupid? And then, like, but they recorded it. They fucking recorded it. Hello?
2 or 3 weeks we've been driving around, and we have been we've been going into some people's houses, and we've been doing these things for a while. There was no death. There was no assault. Like,
So fucking crazy.
So I had no reason to
Imagine being the damn lawyer trying, literally, bro.
Be any different than the other ones.
Something we wanted to know was if Brian thought he or Tori would have been capable of murder had either of them been acting alone.
Yeah,
I
right?
don't really know anything about Tori, and I still don't. I don't talk to him. I see him here, from time to time. When we're amicable, I'm not.
Like, Your Honor,
But we have a boundary.
I swear they didn't do it. The film says otherwise, bitch. But also, like, they can't even, like, plead to insanity or anything because, like, they had premeditated it.
Where we don't talk to each other, we say hi, and that's it. I don't know. I've never talked to him about why he got involved with this. I've never talked to him about what drove him into something like this. I have no idea. He's as much of a black box to me as he probably is to you. But
Which doesn't make any fucking sense because he knew about this man. Like, they wasn't like they just didn't know each other.
This would have ever happened. And so, again, I'm not blaming it on him. But, you have to understand the whole interplay between adolescents and trying to outdo each other and trying to be more cool. And so when you have two adolescent boys who are trying to outdo each other, it's, a crescendo goes into something terrible. And that's unfortunately what happened. And so, no, absolutely not. Had I not
So
been
dumb,
this
bro.
would have never happened.
The
You
censor
literally
does
blaming
beg
it on
the
each
question
other.
that if Brian wouldn't have committed this murder on his own, would his fantasies have played out in another way? It's quite possible that something more aligned with Columbine could have occurred. Next, we asked Brian
That's
if he
true.
thought watching horror movies
Like,
influenced
maybe
him. And if
he would not have murdered one singular person, but he was definitely revving up to be a school shooter. Like, there was no doubt about it. If whatever his name is, I keep forgetting his name even though they've said it like 5 times, the second guy, not Brian, but the other guy, hadn't been like, oh, we should do this, then he would have became a school shooter and not like a singular murderer. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I think that's exactly what the case is, to be honest. Because he was already acting and doing things like to mimic a fucking school shooter. So if he hadn't met the other guy, maybe he wouldn't have singular murdered somebody, but he probably would have committed mass murder. That's just my opinion, though. I don't know.
he believed he would have committed murder without watching them.
Well, I absolutely would not have dressed up in a costume and gone to a house with a knife. Yeah, I think kids actually follow templates of what's there.
Oh my fucking god!
I think we see a lot of school shootings now because school shootings exist in the first place. I think kids are.
The fuck do you mean? Kids are drawn to like fucking.
to what other kids have done.
No. I'm pretty sure. Okay, maybe to an extent, right? Kids will mimic other kids, of course, right? But a lot of times, it's only if a kid has gone through something, they're very mentally ill, then they see this, then they mimic that shit. But it's not just like, oh, wow, I saw a school shooter, I'm gonna do the same. Like, looks fun. Like, come on now, bro.
Before, and so I think why I watched Scream, and I only watched Scream 1 because Scream 1 was set in high school. I was able to put my own life, I guess, into the movie and apply it to my life in a way that made me feel like I was significant. Had there been no Scream, then yeah, I think I would have probably been led down, a different path. But I don't.
He's so. Oh my God.
I'm not a behavioral psychologist. I'm not a scientist, so I couldn't tell you exactly like how it influences people. But I can tell you that like it just gives you a template.
Again, he's just trying to. He's literally just trying to make any excuse he possibly can to have a reason as to why he did these things. He has no actual. Maybe he has an actual reason, right? Like theoretically, he could have an actual reason, but he's using everything in his power, literally every tool in his box. How's my favorite shit, demon? Oh my fucking god, I'm doing great. How are you? But yeah, he's doing everything in his power to just deflect the situation.
Tell you, but I think largely it's it's kind of like cops and robbers in the old days when you're in the 50s.
Yeah.
Your kids were cowboys. They had cap guns and they chased around other friends with cap guns, and they would embody those movies that they watched. So I think that's kind of how it happened. You translate that into modern terms.
So
that's what happened here is it was kind of like play. It was kind of posturing, and it just kind of got, like I said, it just it's a complicated interplay between us, and it came out as.
Guys, I'm gonna send pause. Brian, shut the fuck up, Brian. I'm sending the link to the Twitter post for my model reveal in the chat. It is live. If you guys would like to support it, please go over and like and retweet it. I would really, really appreciate it. This is probably the biggest number I have ever reached for on Twitter, which makes me a little anxious, but we got this. I'm watching you at the same time I played TF2. Let's go! I have played TF2 once, I think. TF2, hold on. This is the thing that I'm thinking of. Yeah, I played it once. I was so confused. I think my PC was off the walls because I remember teleporting through shit. Me and my buddy were trying to be on the same team, and we ended up like being on opposite teams. It was crazy.
Do each other.
Not good.
And so it was an extreme to another extreme until the extreme became what happened that night.
Notice how much Brian is stuttering on this answer, and the large spaces here, the deflection to I'm not a behavioral psychologist. He doesn't seem to want to answer the question. He's not willing to blame it on the movie, but doesn't seem to want to take full accountability for his actions. It's also interesting to note here
literally,
that
fucking Brian, bro,
would have gone to the scene wearing a costume and wielding a knife. He doesn't say he wouldn't have stabbed one of his peers.
Yeah, do you see?
This same point is highlighted here.
He's just like, I wouldn't get dressed up, but he didn't say he wouldn't kill nobody.
When we asked him if there was anything he wanted to go back and tell his 16-year-old self.
Stop doing what you're doing. Like, you're being a weirdo, and you're falling into a trap, and get out of it now. Step out of your bubble. Meet new people. Like, that would be number one, is just meet new people. Like, we close ourselves off to so much that we miss out on so much opportunity. And so I had so many times that I could have hung out with new friends, and I could have tried new activities, and I didn't because I was so comfortable being miserable, and I was so comfortable in my own little dark room, and the only way out of that is to open the door and just step out and go try new things. And so I was terrified of rejection. So there was a girl I had a crush on, I'm not going to say her name, and instead of going and talking to her, I was so mad.
Bro, this man is really trying to I cannot. Sorry, Brian.
I just on it, and I got mad, and I got angry, and I got envious of everybody else around me because they had girlfriends. Why can't I have a girlfriend? Well, I didn't have a girlfriend because I was too afraid to go out there and take chances and talk to girls and
pause. Pause. Now Brian is going the route. You know, if I had just like stepped out of my bubble and if I had just made friends. Brian, you didn't have a girlfriend because you were dressing like the Columbine shooter. And you were planning a school shooting. Brian, you didn't have a girlfriend because you were planning to murder one of your girl, quote unquote, friends. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are the reasons why you didn't have a girlfriend. It's not because you didn't, like, step out of your shell or talk to people. Bro, I'm so sorry. This shit.
You might get rejected. So what? That's life, buddy. So I wish I could just go back and tell myself, dude, live your life, step out of your comfort zone, and take some chances.
Not don't kill Cassie, but stop being a weirdo.
Literally.
It's also important to point out here that one of the motives mentioned during Brian's trial was that he had an unrequited crush on Cassie Stoddart. And that was why
oh my god, you're joking. So
our next few
because she had a boyfriend, so he killed her. This is why you didn't have a girlfriend, Brian. Brian, this is why you were single. This is why your fucking scraggly looking ass had no girl, bro. Cause you killed the girl you liked. Oh my god, bro.
Questions focused on Tori, as he'd been moved to the same correctional facility as Brian. We also asked whether Brian wanted to comment on the book Tori's mother had written. The book, titled The Guilty Innocent, is a take on Tori's role in the crime as being a, quote, completely non-willing and passive innocent party. In her book, Tori's mother wrote, I asked to see Tori, and Sean and I were led back to the room where he had been interviewed. There he was, my baby, alone, scared, terrified.
Dad, I think we owe it to you at this point to find out what we know at this point.
So dumb, bro.
We do know that Tori and Brian.
Oh, his name's Tori. That's Tori. Yeah, that's the other kid.
They murdered Cassie.
Our first victim is going to be Cassie Stoddart. She's going to be alone in a big, dark house out in the middle of nowhere. How perfect can you get?
Fucked up.
Shit, dude.
I'm horny just thinking about it.
Hell yeah.
What?
I think where we're
Sorry.
different is I was trying to be something I wasn't, and he was trying to...
This entire interview is... I'm sorry. I mean, I know I've said this a million times. The video's almost over, so I'll just say this, like, once more, and then, we'll call it based. Bruh. Not based. The entire interview is just Brian pretty much giving as many excuses as he can to deflect from his crime. Basically say it wasn't his fault. Basically say he was peer pressured into this situation. Basically say Tori's the weird one. Tori's the freak. Tori's the one who did this. Whereas Brian, he's just a sad kid. He didn't mean to do this shit. It's like, at the end of the day, it doesn't literally matter what fucking excuse you have in your head. You still killed a bitch. You still killed a girl. You still killed someone. You still took someone's life. So it don't matter what happened. You still did that.
Have the courage.
And there's not once where he's been like, I did that. I'm sorry, I did that. You know what I'm saying? Even when he went back and talked about how what he wished he would have told his old self was not, don't kill people. You should find a girlfriend, bro. What are you doing? Step out of your house. Sorry.
To be who he was, that's what I think it was. And that's why I have remorse, is because I was stepping into a world that I didn't understand or want, but I thought that I did because I wanted to be noticed by my peers and I wanted to feel important. And it has nothing to do with wanting to be famous. Everyone thinks I want to be famous. That has nothing to do with it.
We're going to make history. I've always wanted to make a mark on the world and stuff. And this is a good way to do it.
I wanted to be noticed at my school. Like, that's pretty much where my life was.
So not gonna lie, I didn't see your arms, and I was thinking the weird flasp you got on your legs. Were your arms? Nah. My arms are clasped. We sat, bro.
This was at school, and that was it.
It's important to note that Brian's next claim hasn't been proven to be true, and it can't be corroborated by anyone else, making it just his opinion.
So Tori, I don't know. I've talked to him. He got to this institution in 2015 or 16, I believe, and I wanted to speak to him so that we could be amicable and just kind of live here, coexist here on our own. And so I did actually talk to him for about probably 30 minutes, and we discussed that because I actually got a copy of her book. I was actually anonymously, I was actually donated to me anonymously, and I don't know who sent it to me, but I actually had a copy of her book, Guilty Innocent, I think is what it's called, and I read chunks of it. I didn't read all of it, but I asked him about that, and he said, "Well, what would you do? Like, your son's in prison and he has life in prison. Like, what would you do?" And what I asked him is have you confessed? And he said this to me on that day, that he told his mom that he took part in the crime as well, and that he's guilty as well. That's what I can tell you.
Perhaps Tori's mom doesn't believe his alleged confession to her, since she already doesn't believe her son's statements that he killed Cassie, which Brian and
That's
Tori
crazy.
recorded themselves on
I swear, if
video.
I bring a magnet near you,
Again, there's no evidence
you,
of this
I will
conversation
build in
taking
my. What
place
does that
between
mean?
Tori and his mother, as this is information
A
only
magnet?
from Brian.
I don't know.
I ain't made no metal.
Now, if he's remorseful or not.
Oh, are you talking about my piercings? I was like,
I have no idea.
what the heck are you
An
talking about,
interesting
bro?
note about this last observation from Brian is that throughout our entire interview, he doesn't explicitly say that he's remorseful about killing Cassie.
Yeah, he
Instead,
doesn't say
only
shit,
saying
bro.
He has remorse. The closest he comes is this statement here.
But as an adult and as a man, I've had experiences. I've lived. I've learned. I've loved. You know, and I've made it through it. And I wish so badly that it didn't have
This
to take, you know,
be your ass,
a person
bruh.
dying
Back, I
for
have
me
cocoa
to
now. Oh, I just finished my hot
actually understand,
chocolate.
Oh my God, like, what am I doing here? But I had to learn the hardest way possible, and I lost everything. And I hate that, like, another person had to lose their life.
What happened? Pretty much Brian's just a bitch.
Created a person.
Let me tell you, I'll share, don't worry. Pretty much Brian is a bitch. He's blamed everything on everybody else. Bruh, my hair grow a lot, actually. One of my buddies called me feminine. Hair is nice. I just finished my vodka. Mr. Beanie, what time is it for you? It's literally 12:30 for me. It's not even 1 p.m. Yeah, Brian's a little bitch. He blames everything on everybody else. He's not remorseful, and, that's that, pretty much.
And then me, I never thought I could ever, you know, achieve.
Obviously, however, Brian is not the one who lost everything.
Yeah, the
He
one
still
who
has his
fucking...
life, his
literally.
health, his family, and hope for the future.
And didn't he,
Cassie
like, get out of
Stoddard is the one
prison?
who lost everything the night Brian and Tori murdered her. Additionally, the phrasing "another person had to
Beanie
lose
drink
their
cocoa.
life" makes
Oh,
it
it's
sound
late
more
for you,
like a
okay.
drunk driving accident than the intensely planned and practiced thrill kill Brian committed. He also gives an interesting answer
Not Am retweeting my post and calling me a toilet demon. Guys! Sorry.
to our question about whether or not he thinks he deserves his sentence of life in prison.
I really struggle with that. I don't know if it's for me to really say, because obviously I'm
Have to go grab another one. Okay, pace yourself, my guy. Chill.
extremely biased. I don't know exactly. It's one of the most difficult questions that I can answer is I don't know what the actual proper punishment is. I would want to believe that society would give children the opportunity to become adults and to receive treatment and to see where they're at after all that has happened. So with me, I spent about 10 years in prison myself, and I was in therapy, and all of that taught me that that I was on the wrong track. And when I reached about 25 or 26 is when I really calmed down, and I started to have a very good idea of who I was.
I completely forgot I have sushi too. Lucky! Accept your destiny now!
Adolescence ends. When I became an adult, I understood how much different the adolescent brain was to how I was now as an adult. And so I think that the best course of action is trying to educate kids before they commit crimes. But
I mean, true, but how you wanna...
The answer is
You don't think that kid's gonna commit crimes, bro.
believe that we should put a child in prison for the rest of his life, because I believe that everyone changes and everyone grows inevitably. I think had I not had therapy and all those things, I still would be a different person.
You still killed a man, bro. You still killed a man.
But it's one of the most, difficult things. Other countries have already.
Oh,
they've
spam
already made
call.
up their
Hold
mind
on.
that it's not okay to put a
There we go.
kid in prison forever. So But America's not there yet, and I don't know if we ever will be, and I don't know if we should be. I don't know. It's one of those difficult things where I just hope that we can educate kids enough before they commit crimes.
We asked Brian if there was anything he wanted to say to you, the viewers.
Oh man, that's really difficult. That's a big one because it's like I don't personally watch true crime. I don't understand the whole thing. So that's why I asked you. I wanted this to hopefully be something that's more educational and inspiring. It probably won't be, but like
fucking Brian, bro. Mike Meredith can ask just heard gun. No.
I don't know.
You want one too, you little toilet spirit? Hey, yo! I don't want no vodka. It's not even 1 p.m. I'm not drinking that. Not drinking yet, bro. No way.
Are the same, and I think that the interplay of our DNA and our environment is what creates who we are as we get older, and I think that that it's easy.
Oh, he doesn't watch true crime. I wonder why. Yeah, kind of surprising, to be honest.
If they're not taught the right things, if they're not exposed to the right things, and I want people to understand that, like, kids, even if they do horrible things, are only kids for so long, and that anybody, if they try hard enough, can get back into normal life and be normal adults if they're given a chance to. And I've been really fortunate where I've had people who...
If you're watching this, you can't do shit sober. What?
And they've taken time
I am not. I'm chilling, bro.
To work with me and to understand me and to give me a chance to be a human being. And that's helped me grow and become a human being. And so that's what people need. Is that they really don't need people to hate on them and to treat them like they're an animal in a circus. And that's what true crime does. We all need to understand, like, why these things happen, and we can slowly start.
True crime doesn't really do that all the time. Sometimes true crime's very informative.
Arguably most important question. We asked Brian if he thinks he'll ever get out of prison.
I would love the opportunity.
Oh, he's still in prison. One, thank the fucking God, but
again, and to have another chance to be an adult and to not be a child, but at the same time, I understand that I'm living a punishment, and that I don't get to decide what that punishment is. I get to decide how I respond to my punishment. And
I mean, true.
There is a very real possibility I will be here until I die. I have to be okay with that, and getting out of prison is so far out of my control that I try not to think about it too much. I try to live a life in here that I would on the outside, and so I try to have a job. I try to help people. I have activities I do, and I want to be educated. So I go to school, and I just want to live a normal life, and that's all I want. And if I get the opportunities, 20 or 30 years down the line, to be out there in society as an adult, great. But if not, then I've accepted that I am in prison, and I'm in prison.
Nostalgia of hiding a body. Bro, like, yeah, literally, is he joking? He's so dumb, bro. He's literally so dumb, bro.
Go ahead.
It's so crazy to think about.
Brian seems to know how to sound remorseful, but does
yeah,
not seem
literally.
to truly understand
He doesn't.
why
I don't think he
should be
genuinely
remorseful.
cares.
He comes off
He's
as someone who is
trying, but I don't think he
remorseful for a
cares.
mistake he made as a 16-year-old that cost him his freedom.
Yeah,
but
right?
Isn't actually
That's what I
remorseful
mean.
For taking the life of Cassie Stoddard.
He's not actually
and the pain he
sad.
caused her family
He's sad
and
about what
community.
happened to him.
In 2016, a case was heard in the Supreme Court that led to the review of 1,500 cases of juvenile sentencing nationwide. Brian's and Tori's among them. Whether or not this means Brian is destined for an early release is still unknown at this time, and whether he deserves to stay in prison for life is something we'll let you decide.
Oh, definitely, bro.
As for Cassie's death, her brother Andrew Stoddard put it best when he said, "It's still a huge part of me. For me, every month of September is one I struggle to get through. It comes in waves, honestly. There's
It's
days
so
when
sad,
I'm fine
bro.
and others I'll just crumble. We love her. It's always going to be a part of us. Nobody should ever have to go through this."
Oh, I didn't mean to click on that new video. That's so sad, bro. I genuinely feel, like, real sad about it because, like, the Brian guy has, like, he doesn't give a shit, bro. There's not a single shred of remorse in this man. And he's going and he's talking about it like he's some, like changed guy and he did this and that. And it's like, bro, no, that's not what happened, bro. You just got caught for a crime, and you're upset that you have to do these things and you've been punished for this and that, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's playing the victim. That's what it is. He's not upset for anyone other than himself. He's only upset that he has to experience these things because of this and that, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was never about Cassie. Like, yeah, he killed her, but he's not upset. He don't even care, really. He's upset for himself, and that's the only person he'll probably ever be upset for, which is, it's heartbreaking, but, you know. Hold on. I'm just gonna move this a little bit. I think we're gonna watch some unseen videos. They're a little bit shorter, but they have, like, still a lot of information. Normally, like, Explore Resistance goes really in-depth, but these ones are a little shorter, so it's easier to, like, digest, especially if you're only here for a short amount of time. So we're gonna watch this one. I haven't watched it yet, and then we'll have to see from there because I have watched a lot of unseen videos.
Would you come sit right here for me? So, you said when you were sitting...
Oh, I just realized it's still taking up the entire screen. I wonder why that is. Hold on. Oh, I know why it is, because I didn't transition it. Bro, brain dead. There we go. I was like, I want to draw. Like, where's my draw screen? And then I realized, never mind, it's right there. Okay. Sorry, let me restart the video, my bad. Hello, everyone. Just popping in to say hi while I deep clean my house. Deep cleaning your house, let's go. Oh my god, she's so cute. Bro, hydrate. God damn it, I'll fucking hydrate, bro. That's crazy. My bad. Okay, let's get it.
Would you come sit right here for me? So, you said when you were sitting in the car you heard something?
I heard something, so I thought it was a train.
Where did it sound like it was coming from?
Yeah, it was like going like zzz. Like somebody was lasering somebody.
Like somebody was lasering something? Is he big like me or little like you?
I don't know what to draw, guys.
He's tall.
I'm gonna see if I can get some sort of
This is
reference
5-year-old
going.
Zanaya Jackson. A few days before this was recorded, Zanaya's mother was found dead alongside her longtime girlfriend on a remote island near Houston, Texas. During the
I
interview,
saved
the little girl
a-
claimed to have seen a stranger entering her house that morning,
I saved
but
a
detectives
pose
didn't
that I want to
believe her.
use.
Instead,
Fancy
they became
Patty
convinced
idea.
that the
Fancy
victim's own
Patty.
father was behind the double murder.
This is your daughter. What happened?
That's what we're trying to find out. I don't want y'all to look at me as a suspect.
Why would somebody want to do this to her?
I've been asking myself that question too.
Surprised that the detectives would consider him a suspect, the father tried to reason with them, but the lieutenant in charge of the investigation wouldn't have it. On the contrary, in about 10 seconds, he's gonna snap at him.
She had the supreme beat out of her. Brittany had her brains beat in. You explain that. You can explain it.
Oh my
Look
god.
at this camera and show some
Sorry. This guy, even, we don't know he's a killer, so he should not be going off like that.
remorse.
Do you remember that day, Zanaya?
Yeah.
Tell me what you remember.
Thanks to Rocket Money for sponsoring this video. More on them later. Houston, Texas, March 8th, 2014. The police are at the residence of Reverend Ivan Jackson and his wife, Mary. They have dire news concerning the disappearance of their 24-year-old daughter, Crystal. From the next room, Zanaya, Crystal's 5-year-old daughter, can hear her grandparents crying.
911, what's your emergency?
I have 2 dead people at the back of my store by my dumpster.
When they told me that my baby was dead,
Okay, I'm about to try. I'm gonna try and draw.
it hurted me. I'd never been hurt as bad as I was hurt that day.
Are they male or female, could you tell?
One appears to be a woman.
I never dreamed that I would have to bury my own child.
Let's see. Let's
I couldn't
see.
do nothing but go in the house and hug my granddaughter.
At the other end of the city, Brittany's aunt, Ebony McQuaid, is getting ready to go out when she notices
Hold on,
that
my
her
dad's
phone has
texting me.
received an unusually high number of notifications.
I remember just getting dressed, and I just happened to go to Facebook, and I had messages galore. I'm like, what's going on? Clicked on one of the messages, and he was just like, say, friend, I think they found your niece and her girlfriend dead.
Shocked by what she was reading, Ebony put on the news on her TV.
I went to Channel 13, and that was the first face I seen was her and Crystal.
Dang,
Murder
me just
mystery
realized something. What
tonight
you
on the
realized?
Bolivar
I got nothing to
Peninsula.
play, so I
How
will
the
watch you.
women were killed
Okay.
remains a mystery. Both were African American and homosexual. Many believe the women were targeted because of their sexual orientation.
I was just numb. And I just remember calling my brother, and I'm like, what happened?
Brittany's father, James Cosby, barely had enough time to process the information before Ebony called him. A few hours before the story hit the newsstands, the police went to his house and informed
Fumbled
James
the
of his
bag
daughter's
yesterday.
passing.
What do you do? Do you want to dare or what, bro?
Sit down, please sit down. You just have a seat.
Hi, Corn. How's it going?
What happened? That's what we're trying to find out. What happened? You grieve all you need to grieve. We understand. Right now, we want to find out who did this, okay?
Who's the girl with Brittany Wilson?
Have you slept? I did sleep. Don't worry.
It is Crystal.
Draw a Mr. Beanie Weenie. Not right now, Mr. Beanie Weenie. I don't even know what I would draw.
Brittany, James's daughter and Crystal's girlfriend, had been
This
violently
pose is too
assaulted.
hard, though. I'm changing it
For
up.
this reason, the police believed the crime had been motivated by hate against the women. As they began interviewing their families, they were surprised to learn that even Crystal's own father, Ivan Jackson, was against their relationship.
I used to tell my daughter, I say, you ain't gay, you damn straight, because she just
I do this
experimenting
one.
on
So it's
something.
femicide?
She don't know
What?
what she get into.
So you never even would let Brittany come in the house?
When she come in the house, she go sit right there where you sitting.
Okay.
I told my daughter, I say, look, that girl gonna be the cause of your death.
As a fervent preacher in a Baptist church, his religion clashed with his daughter's identity, a fact he wasn't scared to share with police when they brought his family in for questioning.
Tell us a little bit about your daughter.
I love my daughter. It's hard. I didn't like her changing her sexual orientation, but it wasn't nothing I could do because she was grown.
I doubt she changed it. I doubt she just was.
That lesbian stuff would take her out of you. I know it. I know it. I know it.
Did he just say that lesbian stuff would take her out of here? Bro, your daughter... Okay. Whether she died or not, whether she died because she was lesbian or not, doesn't mean that, like, because she was lesbian, she was gonna die, bro. Fumbled all day with a gal. I thought I was gonna be busy the whole day, but I was wrong, bruh. He's more concerned over liking girls than the fact that yeah, that's fucking insane. Like, hello? She was literally your child.
I accepted it, but he couldn't. It brought friction between both of them.
Of course it did.
Ivan's convictions and the fact that he kept repeating Crystal's homosexuality would be the cause of her death
Hold up.
alarmed the officer.
Let me pause this. A Mr. Beanie Weenie is a bean with a top hat that is a gamer. Gamer, what kind of games do you play, Mr. Beanie Weenie? I, too, am also a gamer. Capital gay. What the... Stretch, I got you, bro. It's cold, and I feel like... I feel cold. Yep, that's what it is. I was gonna say it's cold, and I feel like my bones are, like, tensing up because it's cold. Like an old person, you know what I'm saying? TF2 Helldivers. I played Helldivers once. Oh my god, wait. I would like to play it again, but I just haven't. I was planning to play with one of my buddies a while ago, and then that didn't happen, but it was laggy. Next time I play, I gotta lower the graphics. I keep telling myself that, but I haven't played since then, so no reason to lower the graphics, you know? Patty old, crazy, big stretches now. I'm actually 500 years old, you know what I'm saying? I feel like this is not what I want either. I don't know. Homophobic? Question mark? Bro.
When he realized that the police suspected him, he allowed them to question Zanaya, who had been with Brittany and Crystal on the day
This
of
is
their
not working,
disappearance.
bro.
Immediately, an officer brought the little girl into another room.
Would you come sit right here for me? You like to color?
Boomer? I'm only 20! Bro's clearly homophobic. No need for the question mark. How old is that fucking toilet? The toilet's not even old, bro. The toilet is a year old. 500? I mean, a bit old. No. You're just young.
When I was getting ready for school at 19, my mama was in the car, me and her. My mama said, stay in the car, and I stayed in the car, so I was taking my mom's on off.
Even at such a young age, Zanaya knew something was wrong, but at only 5 years old, the police weren't certain she understood what actually happened that morning. This was until Zanaya started talking about an encounter she had with the potential suspect.
I heard something, so I thought it was a stranger. So I just sit it back. I just had my seatbelt on and waited like this.
The toilet is also 500 years old, on God. The toilet is 1,000
Unsure of what
years.
to make of Zanaya's statement, the police continued to investigate Ivan. They knew something had happened the day before Brittany and Crystal's disappearance. The girls came by the Jackson residence to
Are we
pick
thinking
up
the
Zanaya
father killed
and
her?
show off the new car they had purchased together, but things quickly turned awry.
She wanted me to come out to see her new car.
Right? I would too. I'd be like, Dad, look at my car.
As stubborn as I am, I wouldn't even get up out the chair.
After the fight, Crystal left with Brittany and Zanaya. Her mother attempted to call her multiple times to set things right, but Crystal never
At least he
answered.
knows he's fucking stubborn.
Later that same
The
day,
fuck toilet is a
Ivan
time
decided
machine,
to
like
take action.
Doctor.
He was convinced something
Oh
was
God, bro,
off.
we going back in
He
time.
grabbed his .25 caliber handgun and headed to the Cosby's house.
My husband said he was gonna go to the house and see what was going on. And if Brittany did something to Crystal, he was gonna do something to her. But I told him, no, leave the gun at home.
Fortunately, Mary was able to talk him out of going.
Ivan said that he never actually went to the Cosby residence. He never made contact with Crystal.
As the days passed and the investigation staggered, the detective eventually received the girl's autopsy report, confirming that Crystal had been killed by a gunshot wound and Brittany via blunt force trauma. They were still hoping Ivan was lying, but the ballistic report proved otherwise. The bullet that hit his daughter was of a higher caliber than his own gun. Finally cleared of the accusation, Ivan couldn't help but look back at the reasons why the police were convinced he committed the crime.
Yeah,
because
because you were a bad fucking father, bro.
I carry a lot of guilt in me.
Yeah, you should.
Those are things I should have said to my daughter I didn't say when I had the chance. Watching them put my baby in that vault and have to leave her at that cemetery.
Like, obviously it's not his fault that they're dead, but he just didn't. I don't know.
It was the hardest thing that ever happened to me. I took plenty of bodies to the cemetery, but I never had to leave a child at the cemetery.
Sadly, both funerals were organized on the same day, pushing the couple apart, even in death. And despite not mentioning their significant others during the services,
that's so
those
dumb.
who truly knew them knew they deeply loved one another.
You can tell they loved each other.
They didn't even talk to each other in the service. Did the dads? Yeah, like, I mean, like, I feel bad because obviously, like, he didn't know his daughter was gonna die. But even then, like, he treated her like garbage. Or, like, he treated people like garbage because he thought that, like, it was bad, whatever, right? But it doesn't matter. It's like, yeah, that's your own kid, bro. And then, like, the fact that nobody discussed that they were in a relationship during the service, like, they were gonna sweep it under the rug, that it didn't happen. But everybody who knows them knew that they were in love and they were together. A parent shouldn't bury... Yeah, no, of course, right? It's terrible, but still, like, the way he treated her was also terrible.
Daughter.
She derived a lot of joy and purpose from the family she was building with Crystal and their daughter.
I think Brittany really, really in love with Crystal. You know, she wants to get married. You know, she wants to be with Crystal forever.
With Crystal, everybody loved her. She would give you the shirt off her back. She was an amazing girl. She was. God, I missed her so much.
Brittany was very outgoing. She loved family time. She loved movies. She loved pickles. She loved to laugh.
The biggest question was who did it? Because I was just like, who will harm her? You're angry, but you're hurt at the same time. So it's like, I just wanted to get to the bottom of what happened.
Me trying to draw this pose reference is crazy, bro. I'm trying.
As a suspect,
we would have a theory, and then you come across something that totally throws a monkey wrench into that. So you're starting completely over.
But the detectives discovered other pieces of
So if
evidence.
they call them
as the
gal
case
pals, they
went
didn't
on,
mention
including a
the other
bloody
one at
fingerprint
all.
And CCTV
They had their
footage of the
services on the
woman's
same
car
day
on the night of
separate,
their
and they didn't
disappearance.
mention them at all.
The guard stopped this vehicle. As he's talking to the driver steps out of the car.
They were shocked to see that neither Brittany nor Crystal was behind the wheel.
You can tell the person's height, you can tell the build. It was a male person, but the camera's so far away you can't see a detailed face.
Only one thing was sure to them. Even though Zanaya claimed that a stranger came into her house while she was waiting in the car, the autopsy report convinced the police otherwise.
Her skull was actually broken open. She was not only hit once in the forehead, but 4 extra times in the back of the
Don't
head.
move her down a little bit. Hold on.
It was definitely our feeling that it was overkill.
It took somebody with such great force to break her neck with that blow that we knew it had to be anger. It had to be personal.
Detective Kitchens, a rookie on his first homicide case, was confident that whatever Zanaya saw wasn't imaginary. So he brought Brittany's dad, James Cosby, the only other person present that morning, to the sheriff's office for an interview.
You told me last you saw Brittany was Wednesday night?
No.
Or Thursday morning?
Yeah. What time did Crystal Brittany leave? The same time they usually leave every morning. It was like just a normal morning. Nothing was out of the ordinary.
James seemed honest, but Kitchens was puzzled. Why did Brittany and Crystal leave without taking Zanaya to school that morning?
That's the one thing that's out of the order.
I was trying to figure it out.
Yeah, that's true, right? Like, why was the kid
Normally
still
they
at
would
home?
take her to school, but yet they left her there that morning.
Cause she was
No,
left with
I
her
know
grandpa.
you do the best you can. And as things come up, you know you got my number, so call any time.
The next day, now a week after the murders, James's family joined hundreds of grieving locals in downtown Houston for a statewide memorial.
It was being held to honor Brittany and Crystal because there had been a lot of public grief over what had happened to them.
The murder in Galveston hit close to home across Texas. Ceremonies like this one are being held in Dallas, Corpus Christi, and here in Austin.
People all over Texas sympathized with James, Ebony, Ivan, Mary, and the newly orphaned Zanaya.
Photos of Brittany Cosby and Crystal
I need a new
Jackson
keyboard.
are
It's like 10
surrounded
years
by
old.
flowers
Oh
and
god.
glowing lights.
Nah, my keyboard's not bad. My
Talk
chair
about this,
is
don't
busted though.
Witness to do a my baby.
On that very same day, Kitchens and his partner visited the Cosby's house. He intended to question James some more and maybe chat with Annie Lee, Brittany's great-grandmother.
Once we get to Houcher Street, James Cosby is actually at a vigil, so we speak with a caretaker that's watching Annie Lee Cosby.
Annie Lee's cousin, Cora Ledette, had been helping around the house for a few years. When Kitchens asked if she had noticed anything suspicious in the past week, she slowly walked out of the house, closed the door behind her, and asked the detectives to follow her into the carport.
What?
Sensing she had something important to share, Kitchens pulled out his recorder.
When I looked around, I noticed that the carport was spotlessly clean. And I had never seen it clean before. Never.
Yep, the dad fucking
Even
killed him,
though
bro.
I had my grandkids to move trash out of there, it was always debris. Something that needed to be cleaned up.
Looking around the carport, Kitchens saw nothing unusual until he noticed a pile of small bricks on the concrete floor.
Why would there be 5 bricks laying here in the carport?
This is killing me, bro. I can't draw
There's got to be a
arms.
purpose for them being there. And what I saw just took my breath away. There was what appeared to be 4 to 5 drops of blood on the ground. I immediately began to look even closer at that point, which is when I noticed 2 more drops of blood up near the door facing. That led me to believe that we may be standing in our crime scene.
I can't draw anything. I am
The
struggling to
discovery made
draw
at his house,
anything, to be
James
honest.
Cosby was still out at the memorial, answering the local news questions and praising the detectives for their diligence.
We need to find out what's happening. The detectives are doing what they do. They've been keeping us informed as much as they can, but there's nothing yet.
Towards the end of the vigil, Kitchens and his partner, Sergeant Kilburn, arrived and arrested James in front of everyone.
Oh my god.
Picking him up at was at the vigil. This is not looking good for Mr. Cosby.
After the arrest, Kilburn returned to the scene and forced open the garage James had been staying in. Inside, he turned on his UV light. He couldn't believe what he saw.
Everywhere we were looking, we were finding something with blood on it. On the carpet, on the couch, on clothes that were in the room.
Back at the station, Kitchens and his lieutenant were informed of the situation. They believed they now had enough evidence to confront him.
Were you aware that we were back at the house today?
Today?
Can you explain to me why?
The struggle. It looks like something, but it don't look like nothing. I got a fine finished wooden chair with 0 thought things. You don't have any. I'm so sorry, bro. Put a pillow on that.
It's saturated.
I'm really not liking this drawing. I hate trying to draw body types, bro. Hold on. We're restarting. Kill. It's over. We're probably not gonna get anything done today, but it's fine.
She had the supreme beat out of it.
And it's all over your room.
Brittany had her brains beat in.
It wasn't long before Lieutenant Hansen's patience reached its absolute limit. He simply couldn't handle James's cold and emotionless reactions.
You explain that. You can explain it. That's your daughter's head smashed in. Thrown away like a garbage.
This went on for over 5 hours. During that time, forensic scientists matched the bloody fingerprint found near the dumpsters to James. Slowly, the news tightened
Oh my
around the
god.
suspect.
So literally he
Everything
killed
points
his
back.
daughter and her
James,
girlfriend.
Larry Cosby.
It
Jr.
makes it sound.
And you expect us
My
to
bad, my
believe
bad.
James Larry Cosby Jr. don't know. You need to man up. Finish a sentence for me. I'm going to start a sentence. I want you to finish it.
What is it?
I did not do this because.
I'm not finishing now.
What are you going to tell us?
No.
Okay. We done?
We're done.
Stand up. Lay on your back.
This is hard. Hold on.
James was merely charged with tampering with evidence, since his fingerprints only matched those found at the dump site. If the police couldn't find more clues soon, James would only face a short sentence. Around this time, Ivan started appearing on the news, talking about Crystal's passing and how Zanaya was dealing with that.
I come home in the evening, my daughter's not there. I look at her daughter. Sometimes her daughter has nightmares, so we have her in counseling now.
This was when it clicked for the detectives. Now that they had more details, Zanaya's story made more sense.
What is hard to draw or this video?
The stranger
Oh,
she
the
mentioned
drawing
in her
is
first
hard.
interview was probably
Struggling.
James Cosby, who had just moved back with his family at the time, so they asked Ivan to bring her back to the station for a second interview. This time, they focused on what she heard and saw to see if it matched what they had discovered.
Did you ever hear anything from his room? Tell me everything you heard from his room.
A gunshot.
You heard a gunshot. Tell me how you know it was a gunshot.
Because he just, in his room, he just said, he took them to outside and just shoot them.
Okay, did somebody tell you that or did you see that?
I see that.
When she left the car to look for her mom, Zanaya must have walked into James's room, seen the blood, and connected the dots after she learned that Brittany and her mother had been murdered.
There was blood splatter.
These are so good to draw. No body or neck.
Tell me where the blood splatter was in his room.
Oh God, bro.
On his bed.
You saw it on his bed? Okay, did you see it anywhere else?
On his floor.
Some on his floor?
He just decided
I think she's eating gummies. Lucky. Not really,
Based
but
on what Zanaya had told me, I hypothesized that
I would want some gummies.
Crystal took Zanaya, placed her into the car. At the same time, on the inside of the house, James Cosby and Brittany Cosby became involved in a physical altercation, at which time James Cosby snapped and beat Brittany to death. Crystal walked back into the house and
They are
was watching
weak.
this
She's
take
like
place,
5, bro.
and immediately
This poor
ran
girl.
out the
Yeah.
side door to the back of the vehicle, which is where James Cosby, we believe, caught up with her, and then shot her in the head.
All along, 5-year-old Zanaya Jackson was the key. The quiet little girl may not have yet understood the full extent of what had happened that morning, but she could place James at the scene, with the weapon in hand, attacking her mother. A month later, police found Brittany and Crystal's car abandoned in a parking lot. In the blood
Weird
soaked
art style,
trunk,
but all I
they
can
found a
think is
bullet
look
encased
too.
in the luggage rack.
Bro, I literally am trying
Texas,
so hard,
is
but
it
I'm
necessary to
struggling. I
prove
can't
motivation for
do
murder
anything.
cases?
Normally, I
However,
draw like
through
this. I'd be
interviews
like,
with family members and people close
you
to the
know, and then
Cosbys,
like,
the detectives concluded that it all started when Brittany and Crystal bought their new car together.
Annie Lee Cosby had changed her will and left everything to
maybe
Brittany
like, I don't know,
because
I'm
Brittany
thinking
was already taking care of everything while her dad was not present in the residence.
He had
something like
asked
that,
Annie to
you know.
co-sign for a vehicle, and she'd refused. And then she turned around and co-signed a vehicle for Brittany and Crystal. And it starts to paint a picture of jealousy, pure jealousy.
Bam, that's my little
Today
guy.
in court, it was a tale of two fathers, one sentenced to life behind bars.
Lord, thank you so
and
much for the
other choosing a
follow.
life of forgiveness.
I don't know how to
Today,
draw.
Jackson's
That's
father,
the thing.
Reverend Ivan Jackson attended
And
what
I
would
draw
be
this
the
like 4
last
times, and I'm
hearing
gonna
in the
erase
case
it
of
again
his
because I don't
daughter's
even like
murder.
it.
Me and my wife and my church family, we have been praying for life without a possibility of parole instead of the death penalty.
My
because
pronouns are
killing
she, her,
them
Lord.
is
Welcome
not gonna
in.
bring either one of them back.
And his
Okay,
prayers
hold on.
were answered. Cosby was convicted of capital murder, an automatic sentence
I
of
think I
life
should,
without
like-
parole.
No matter what the
I
situation
don't know,
was,
bro.
they didn't deserve to die. It's been really tough, but on the same token,
Hi, how are you
it
doing?
has
Welcome
made me
in.
much stronger because I know I have a responsibility to do now, and that's raise my grandbaby.
Ignore me literally doodling. We
It
have
was-
no drawing, and it's been
crap.
2 hours and there's not a single drawing, but
That's
it's
a relief.
fine.
What we did for those families.
After the case was closed, Ivan and Mary
Why
got
does your
full
face look
custody
so
of
smug
Zanaya,
sometimes?
and Detective
Ayo,
Kitchens
it just ain't my
became her
personality,
godfather.
bro.
Every year, they celebrate Crystal and Brittany's anniversary along with members of the Jackson family, even if it's still difficult.
It's still tough. I still struggle with Crystal not here. Matter of fact, on Friday I went to visit Crystal grave and Brittany grave. Therefore, when I go to put flowers on Crystal grave, me and my wife put flowers on Brittany grave.
I still have a hard time accepting it a little bit, I guess you could say. I'm angry.
Do you want to?
Admiringly,
Do you want my
Zanaya,
to
now a
flush your
teenager,
skin? Hey, yo,
somehow
you
found
better
the
not.
strength within her to grow from the experience.
How often do you think about Mom?
Almost every day. What comes to mind, I just think of her smile.
In 2021, MTV sent journalist Dometi Pongo to interview the then 12-year-old girl.
What do you think you might want to do?
I want to be a lawyer.
What kind of lawyer?
I want to work with the family against the criminal.
What made you want to do that?
My mom.
So you want to be able to help other families the way.
What language do you
Tanya
know?
said yours.
I do only know
Today,
English.
she
I
wishes
barely
that
know
anyone
English, to be
facing
honest.
Violence and loss could see that every cloud has a silver lining, no matter what may happen.
It's okay. Think about the bright
I'm
side
not.
of it, you know? If
I
your
know
parents
like
killed,
one sentence in French.
You are the reason that everybody can be happy because they have you. You're like the seed. Like if you cut down a tree, you're the seed that fell on the ground. So it just sprouts up and you look just like them.
I'll give you the 1-2 combo with the side of 3. You better not, bro. I know my drawing bad, but it's not bad that you gotta beat me up. Joke's on you, I know 3. Hey, yo, damn, that's crazy. That video was really sad. It's more sad that the 5-year-old had to see that, and then she had to, like, tell through it multiple times and live through it again and again. Do you know what I mean? And also the fact that the fucking dad did it is crazy, bro. Like, we get it. Your daughter was a lesbian, but you didn't have to beat her to death. Hello? There's nothing wrong with being gay. I don't understand. And, like, even if you think that there is, doesn't mean that you have to kill them, bro. Hey, yo, Dapper, this is an English-speaking chat. Get out of here with your... I think that might be German. Dutch? Could be Dutch. Good luck. I'm off. Bye. Okay, bye, Lord! I don't think we've watched this one. Let's do this one, and then we'll go down from here.
Since you're a person of interest, let me ask you this. Did you do something with her?
No,
Did you kidnap her?
no,
Did you sexually assault her?
I did not.
Did you murder her?
I did not. No, I did not.
Did you murder her?
I did not. I did not.
Nodding yes while saying no is usually a telltale sign that someone is lying. In this particular case, the suspect is trying to clear his name during a news segment on live television.
She chose to walk off with this guy, and I can't blame myself for that. God, I'm sorry.
He lied. It was in his demeanor. It was in his body language. It was all
Discord
there.
DMs are broken for me right now.
Escalating,
Ayo.
another tactic commonly used is to feign
I did not hit her.
ignorance.
I did not. Oh, hi, Mark. Bruh.
Yeah.
19-year-old Kenya Monhe kidnapped, assaulted, and ultimately
Where's your
murdered, was the
PFP
first
checking out? My
official victim
PFP?
of the bleach monster.
What you mean, bro?
The house smelled the bleach.
He did quite the job with the bleach.
I've watched enough, true crime stories and whatnot, but bleach means something.
True to his namesake, the killer never left any traces of his crimes behind, cleaning everything thoroughly, forcing detectives into an endless game of cat and mouse with him.
He said, "What do you think of me?" I said,
This
"I think
might
you're a
work
creep.
better.
I think
Hold
you're
on.
a jerk. I think you're a monster."
For over 6 months, the Denver police struggled to find any tangible evidence against him until he struck again. But his next victim survived.
Your
and took
profile
it
pic
upon
is checking
herself
out
to make
something
sure
out. What do you
he
mean?
wouldn't be able
Like
to
my
hurt
Twitch
anyone
profile?
ever again.
Nah, I'm doing the Riz face, bro.
Him because without her, I'm not sure we would have ever
Popping off.
found Kenya, frankly.
In the infamous city of Aurora, just beside Denver, Colorado, ambitious 19-year-old Kenya Monhe is getting ready for a well-deserved girls' night out after a long week of work and studies.
When
Nah.
I was talking to her that day, I just thought it was going to be a regular night for her. She was going to go out and then she was going to tell me about the night the next day.
But the next morning, Kim didn't receive any calls from her. Instead, Kenya's boyfriend reached out to her.
I answer the call and he's like, "Hey, have you heard from your sister?" "No, why? What's going on?" And he's like, "Well, she didn't come back home last night." He was like, "Yeah, the girls that she was with, they don't know where she's at either."
She immediately called her father, Tony Lee, to share the alarming news with him.
When I got my call from my daughter Kim and she said that she had not heard anything from her that day, that's when I went into high alert.
Tony then hung up on Ken and
I'm working
immediately
on it,
called
hold on.
Kenya's friends.
She had left her purse, her phone, and her ID and all that stuff in the bar.
He was just like, "Okay, let me call the police." She was
I'm gonna go for now.
19,
Good luck.
so
Have a
that's
good day,
considered an adult.
anxious.
In
See
the
you
state of
later.
Colorado, the
Crazy.
law
I was
prohibits
crazy
any
once. They
actions
locked
to
me
be
in a
taken
rubber
or
room.
warrants to be filled before the end of a mandatory 72 hours waiting period.
So, got off the phone and I was pissed.
My dad's like, that's not good enough. I need to know where my daughter is.
What you're working
Without
on
the
though,
authorities'
Patty?
support, Tony Lee
Eternal
took it upon
Suffering.
himself
I have
to
a reference and
investigate
I've tried
the
to draw it like
disappearance.
3 times, but I'm just so. I hate this, bro. I hate drawing full bodies, and I am so bad.
With her, and she's not responding to it at all.
And we see a text message from this guy named Travis.
And the message said, "Hey, this is Travis, the guy in the creepy white van, smiley face. Did you get home okay?"
For the rest of the day, Tony kept calling everyone. The only person he couldn't reach was Travis.
I kept calling him. I kept leaving these messages. I must have called that phone number 20, 25 times over the next 24 hours. It got to the point where I was not calling any of her friends anymore because I felt that this person seemed to have been the last person who had seen her.
The next day, 48 hours after her disappearance, the phone finally rang.
And on the night of April 2nd at about 8 p.m. is when I got my first call.
I got a jump scare about my opera mute sound. Oh my god.
He told me the story. Yeah, I've seen her out there. Asked her if she needed any help because, she seemed like she was really out of it, So I said, well, I better help her. So, she got in my van.
Travis
Wow,
then
that's a
told
long
Tony
ass arm.
what,
Jesus
according to
Christ,
him,
hold on.
happened that night. After he picked her up, she asked him to stop by a gas station. There, she saw a man smoking a cigarette in the distance and left the car to go see him. Travis then explained that he left her there with the stranger.
That's what he said. It's the last he saw of her. And I got off the phone and I thought to myself, that is the most fantastic story I've ever heard. Not one word of what he told me made any sense to me.
Tony started to boil inside. Even if he was sure Travis was lying, there wasn't much that he could do without the police's support. But he didn't mind risking his own
I'm
life if it
struggling
meant that he
here.
could
Hold
save
on.
his daughter.
I'm pissed. I'm just sitting there, it's like, I can't believe this. I took matters into my own hand. I called Travis back. And I said, Travis, got some questions I want to ask you. Tell me again.
You got legs?
where you last
No
saw her
legs.
at. And
We don't need legs.
Tell you what, why don't you meet me there? I told him I'm on my way. I grabbed a 9mm pistol. I packed it in my waist, and I told her I'm on my way to meet this guy. Maria was begging me, Tony, don't do this. Don't go down there. This is dangerous. This don't sound right. I told her, I gotta go. They're not gonna do anything. Gotta go.
My mom, she knows my dad, so she calls the police and she goes, you need to meet my husband right now because he's meeting up with this man and I don't think it's gonna end well.
The officers are dispatched there because Mr. Lee's wife says, hey, he's gonna go there and he has a gun and he's gonna confront this guy.
When Tony arrived at the gas station,
Whoa!
he left his pistol in the glove
How do you walk?
compartment
We don't
and
need
started
those.
walking
Why would we
toward
walk?
Travis.
I only
But
send
before
the
he could
gamer
even
chick.
talk to him,
I
the
don't know.
police arrived and stopped him in his tracks. Since there wasn't an investigation launched yet, the police were unaware of the whole situation, but allowed Tony to talk with Travis for a minute. He then went on to retell his whole story, word for word, in front of the officers, adding a few apologetic comments here and there. Then, he offered his hand to Tony for a handshake.
I stuck my hand out and said, appreciate it. We shook hands. But when I shook his hand, it was as if an earthquake was going on under his feet. And it was only in my hand that I could feel it. His arm wasn't shaking, his body wasn't
No, your
shaking.
tongue has
I
wheels.
felt that
Tongue
shake.
trouble. Yeah, my
and I looked
bad.
at him, and I knew that I was shaking the hand of the last person that seen Kenya alive. There's no doubt in my mind. I knew it at that instant.
Even if the investigation hadn't been properly
It
launched yet,
kinda
the police
is
decided
looking
to
like
comply
something
with
kinda
Tony's
maybe, I
request
don't
to
know,
at least
bro.
check Travis's van. They didn't find any evidence of a crime, nor anything to take note of, except the strong smell. The smell of bleach.
Oh
To the
my
point
god.
where
Didn't find anything but
when you spray
bleach.
something like on a ceiling, a roof, and you spray it
A
so
rough?
much
Did they just call it a
down,
rough? Sorry.
That's how
Not
much
important.
bleach
Not
you've
important,
sprayed on this
Patty.
thing.
I've watched enough, true crime stories and whatnot, but bleach means something.
Adding the bleach to the distressing handshake from earlier, Tony was now convinced that his daughter didn't survive that night. After leaving Travis and the police, he tried to go home, but he couldn't face his family, all of them more hopeful than the next, while he knew the actual fate of his daughter.
When I needed to let it go.
Hold on, how the fuck does
I'd
your
go
eye patch stay on?
to my Walmart.
Gumption.
And I would park way out front, and I'd lose it.
You don't even know, bro.
Go to the store, be back,
Magic.
Go pick up a pack of gum just to show that I had went to the store, but that's where I went because I could not do it in my wife's arms or in my children's presence because I was the rock in all this thing, and I had to maintain that.
With 24 hours to go before the investigation kicked off, Tony decided not to waste any more time and, again, took matters into his own hands. He went looking for her, regardless of how grim what he could find may be.
I went dumpster diving. I was looking in trash cans for her body.
That's so
Up and
sad,
down the alleys, all
bro.
over.
He had to keep this a secret, since he couldn't afford to hurt his family even more.
He didn't want to
couldn't
stress
tell.
anyone out,
I
so he
could
was
not
like digging
share
through the
what I was
trash
feeling
and shit.
because that early
I want to sleep, but I want to stay here. What? You
would
should
have
sleep.
removed
It's
the
so
only
late
thing
for you, bro.
right now everybody had. That one thing that everybody had was hope.
The following day, the investigation was finally assigned to a detective, and the news of Kenya's disappearance was made public.
Posters can be seen
I
all
wish you could,
over
like,
downtown
move
Denver
this. Hold
for
on.
missing teen Kenya Monye, last seen at the club 24K. She reportedly went to the restroom, left her purse and cell phone behind, and never came back.
Enter Nash Garule, Denver's police veteran detective.
Two
cruising in his
bottles
own
down, I'm
custom
feeling
lowrider
great.
cop
Bro, you
car,
should be feeling
looking more like a
sleepy.
movie character than an actual police officer. Garule didn't lose any more time, sending out the full force of his department.
Everybody got involved in this, and we just sent detectives out looking for video, do canvases, interviewing people. It was kind of a shotgun effect.
And they did find footage of her from a security camera in a nearby apartment complex, but the only information of
that's
value
better.
they gathered from these tapes was the apparent
That makes
state
me
of
feel a little
heavy
bit better. Hold
intoxication
on.
Kenya
Boy,
seemed
can
to
I
be in.
drink. I can
Very
drink.
strange behavior
That's
for
cool,
a
but you can
girl
also
who
sleep.
went out dancing often, but barely drank at all.
I absolutely believe 100% that she was sent to date rape drug because everything that she did in that club that night was against anything that she's ever done before.
The next day, Garule received an unexpected
wait,
call
let me
from a
just-
lady claiming to be Travis's boss. Back at the bakery they worked at, she was looking through her own CCTV footage and noticed something suspicious about him.
She sees
Like,
him
who grab-
walk into
oh
the
my
office
God.
after everybody leaves with long cleaning gloves and he unplugs the recorder, and she just thought that was odd.
The day before he unplugged the security system, he stored one of his coolers inside the bakery freezer.
Yeah, it's pretty
something
odd when
he
you
had never
fucking
done
unplug
before.
security
He
systems.
actually unloads the cooler, puts it on a little cart, and it's taped shut with black duct tape, and puts it into the freezer in the bakery. And there's employees walking around.
And his strange behavior didn't stop there. She also noticed how he kept roving around the freezer.
And what caught her as strange is that every time somebody would walk into that cooler, he would walk in after him.
When he went to look inside the unit, the cooler was gone, but he didn't let that disappointment stop him. Instead, he sent a whole team to search the surrounding area.
We find nothing inside the bakery, but we find out back a barrel where things have been freshly burned.
I might.
At this point, Garule interviewed Travis but didn't have any evidence against him. Even the barrel they found behind the bakery had to be cleared, since it had no DNA or fingerprints on it.
Bro, I don't
Since
think
he
you're
was a
speaking
person of
coherently.
interest
You
in the
might be a
case,
little
the
more than
detective
drunk.
got a search warrant and gathered a DNA sample from him.
I drink
but
great,
couldn't
he
link it to
says.
anything in their database.
He said, "What
That
do you
looks
think
better. I think that looks
I
better.
said, I think you're a creep. I think you're a jerk. I think you're a monster." He said, "Am I a psychopath or a sociopath?" Maybe he was testing me like I was testing him.
I'm just trying
to see
to
if I
make
would give
this
him an
image
honest
bigger.
answer.
Hold
And
on.
I would.
Later that day, after Garule had to let him go, Travis appeared on TV. Since the details surrounding the investigation were leaked to the media, moral panic engulfed the city
What
of
the?
Denver.
What do
With
you
their
what
main
the?
suspect under the spotlight,
Never. I'm
the
not
last
drunk.
thing they would expect him to do was to try and go clear his name on live television.
Monhay disappeared March 31st. Police discovered she had been at a
There
gas
we
station
go.
with
That's pretty
Forbes
good.
2 miles away later that night. Officers questioned Forbes but didn't call him a suspect until this month. Prosecutors accused him of killing Monhay after persuading her to get into his car.
You might want to
Tony
make
and Kim
your.
gathered their relatives
Hey,
and
nah,
watched as
shawty.
Travis went on to talk for almost
It's
10
casual.
minutes,
We're
claiming his
normal.
innocence to the news reporter.
Since you're a person of
your
interest, let me
neck
ask you this. Did you do something
My
with her?
body's fine.
Did you
Look, it's
kidnap her?
fine.
Did you
The head is
sexually
like
assault her?
averagey size,
She
sorta.
asked him directly, "Did you kill Kenya?"
Did you murder her?
I did not. No.
He lied. It was in his demeanor. It was in his body language. It was all there.
I did not, he says.
No.
And to add insult to injury, Travis chose to finish the interview by blaming Kenya for whatever happened to her. Tony
What?
and his family couldn't believe what they were hearing.
Sorry.
You know, everybody has their own choices, you know, and she chose to walk off with this guy, and I can't blame myself for that. God, I'm sorry.
I mean, it's not
This
like
has
he
been
knew
really
her.
emotional for me.
And we were all watching, and we lost it. And I wanted to go talk to him about that interview.
But Tony never got the chance to face Travis ever again. After Nash called him back to the station to pass a lie detector test, he tried to flee to Mexico by passing through Austin, Texas. But Garule
What?
took a
He's
flight
like,
and
I
cut him
know I
short in
can't
his
pass
tracks
that lie
with
detector
another
test.
search warrant. He extradited him back to Colorado, but still had no evidence to hold
Hey,
him there.
yo,
Freed
true.
once again, Travis
It'd be
decided
looking
to move
great,
back to
bro.
his
You don't even
hometown
know.
of Fort Collins, north of Denver.
He was pretty
You
much
could have
keeping
just
a low
taken.
profile.
Lie detector
Our
tests are stupid.
detectives
I
go
feel
up
like I
and
could
say,
pass
"Hey,
a lie detector test.
We're watching him.
Maybe.
He's a person of interest on our case." They're like, okay, I'll let everybody know. So we pull our surveillance.
1 month later, on the 4th of July, 30-year-old wine company executive
Hi, Brad.
Lydia
How you
Tillman is
doing?
enjoying the fireworks show organized by the city. Originally from Fort
Oh,
Collins,
I
she decided
now
to
see
give
the
up a
issue,
unique
bro. The
opportunity to
torso's
advance her career in
non-existent.
Spain
Hold
to
on.
come back to her hometown to help her critically ill father.
My dad was recently diagnosed with cancer. So
Hold on.
one of the reasons I moved back was to take care of him. Ended up quite
Robin's
the
kicking.
opposite.
Yeah, go to sleep.
What was about to happen to Lydia ended up affecting her ability to speak, but it is important to let her tell her own story in her own words.
This is July 5th, 2011. I was walking home from the fireworks in Fort Collins, and a stranger followed me home.
he pushed me into my home.
What ensued was one of the worst attacks we have ever had to cover.
What followed was a brutal attack, rape.
More alcohol. Oh my god.
He tried to kill me. The only reason why he didn't is because of my strength and will.
After it was over,
It'll be
Lydia was
okay.
knocked out on the floor, convinced she was dead. Her attacker then drenched her body with bleach, set her apartment on fire, and left the building.
Somehow I came to enough to jump out of the second-story window onto concrete. Splat. It really hurt, but I was saving myself, my life.
Despite the late hours, a neighbor noticed the fire and did his best to take action.
We kicked the door in and we're screaming for somebody. The upstairs is, we're just calling for somebody to see if there's somebody in the apartment.
Soon enough, all emergency services were on site. Jacqueline Shackley, the detective assigned to the case, found Lydia behind the building, miraculously still alive.
We found her in the backyard looking awful. She had been beaten severely and she didn't have any clothes on. And she stood up and ran straight to the ambulance and got in the back.
After this, I had a massive stroke. I was totally incapacitated. I couldn't move, speak, think, eat, breathe.
Lydia's sister, Esther Tillman, was the first to arrive at the hospital.
She was unrecognizable. When I first saw her, I couldn't believe it was her. Her jaw was crushed in her eye sockets.
Oh my god.
And her wrist was broken, shattered, and then she had broken ribs.
On top of that, she had to be put into a medically induced coma because of the stroke, so Shackley was unable to question her. Instead, she followed her instinct and called her colleagues back in Denver.
Friday afternoon, I get home from work and I get a call from a detective, Jacqueline Shackley, from Fort Collins Police, and she tells me a young woman
there we go.
was
That's better.
attacked.
She
The
has
house
more
smelled
waist
of
now.
bleach and was set on fire.
Struggling with that.
He did a really good job of cleaning up. He did
I
want to
fix
with the bleach.
this too.
With the crime scene destroyed and Lydia out of commission, Shackley was short on leads, but she remembered that the Denver police warned her about a potential murderer on the loose in Fort Collins.
This possibly
shit, I
could be
think I have to
related.
leave.
He's wanted for murder and he's
I'm
in Fort
about to
Collins.
leave
I don't know,
this.
it could be a long shot, but they may want to know about it.
Yeah,
So I
bro,
laid out
please go
what
take a
had
nap
happened,
or
some of the
something.
Evidence that we had found, and he was silent on the other end of the phone. And then finally he said, "Oh my God."
And I just told her, I said, this is him.
Shackley then sent a forensic team to examine Lydia at the hospital. She didn't have high hopes though, since Lydia has been drenched in bleach after the crime. But in the end, the forensic scientists did find something. Unknown DNA.
And the majority of that DNA was under
There we
Lydia's
go.
fingernails, so
Sort of.
no doubt she put up a fight.
She was trying to defend herself.
Yeah.
At this point, Travis was still out there because the
Oh.
police couldn't directly link the DNA to him. They had to wait an entire week before getting
My
their hands
bad.
on the test results.
It's a long process. It's not like a TV show where they do it in 40 minutes and you have a hit. So I knew it was going to take a while. I just kept praying that it
I
would
feel
happen
like
earlier.
this needs to be
Afraid that
fixed
he
as
may
well.
either strike again or try to run away, Detective Shackley sent a handful of officers to survey him.
He's following a girl. He starts talking her up and they're walking together. And his police contact him. He gives a false name.
They're like, this guy's too much of a danger. We got to figure out a way to get him off the street. So they ended up arresting him for false reporting, for giving a false name.
With Travis out of the street, Shackley and Garula
Kind of
finally
better,
had a minute
kind
to
of
breathe,
not.
but the
I'm
clock
still
was
struggling with
ticking.
this.
If they couldn't get their hands on the DNA test results, and fast, they would be forced to let him go. Again.
He was given a bond and
Mr.
was
Beanie Weenie,
about
I'm gonna
to
time you out,
bond
my
out
guy.
at 10:30
You are so
Monday
drunk right
night.
now. I don't even
As
know.
his release was being processed, the detective finally
Have a good
received
night.
the
Please
so
take a nap,
anticipated
rest.
call.
It was the biggest adrenaline dump ever. And of course I called Detective Gouret in tears. We did it. He's charged. He's He's in jail, he's not getting out.
After this, Shankly also informed Tony and his family.
It was always Travis. It validated what I felt after that handshake.
That's kind of better. I don't know. I think I'm struggling a little bit, but
he wanted to find Kenya.
I said, make a deal. Yeah, I don't care what it is. I don't care. You can take it down to manslaughter. I didn't care. Just make a deal. We just want Kenya.
So Shankly visited Travis in jail, but
There we go.
unsurprisingly, the man
Kinda
wasn't
better.
cooperating at all.
Obviously, I wanted to talk to him. I wanted to get an interview with him and see if he
Well,
would.
that's a lot
if
of
he would
telling
tell
the
me
message is
something, and
gone.
He immediately said, "I'm not talking to you. Get out of here."
So Garule came back to Fort Collins to face Travis once and for all.
He didn't want to talk to any of the detectives, but he always talked to me.
Above all else, Garule wanted to give closure to Kenya's family, so he tried to talk Travis into a deal from the get-go and asked him what he wanted out of it.
He says, I'll tell you what I did, where her body is, as long as you don't label me a sex offender and you don't give me the death penalty. And I said, you'll tell me everything? He said, yeah. I said, okay.
As you can guess, this was completely unexpected. Garule himself couldn't believe it at first.
I left the jail, went out to my car, and thought to myself, did I just hear this right, or am I dreaming? I even played the recording back to myself.
The following day, Travis sealed the deal with the district attorney and agreed to deliver Kenya's body
Hello,
to Garule.
hi Lily, how you doing?
The site, next to a little grove of trees. He says, she's over there. So we walk over there, and he's standing up on top of the hill, and there's like a little ravine. And he says, you're standing right on top of her.
While the police forensics dug out the body, the detectives returned to Denver to interview Travis one last time before his trial.
This
There,
is not
he confessed
working,
to Kenya's
bro.
murder, starting from the beginning after he picked her
Kinda
up
works.
that night.
There we go. That
He
kind of
says
works.
that she passed out. He has sex with her while she's asleep. She wakes up. She confronts him.
I'm
she
good,
starts hitting him.
good.
As the fight went on, Travis
We're just watching
strangled
some
her,
true
and before
crime.
he knew it, she was gone, dead, in the back of his van.
So he puts her in the cooler.
Struggling to draw,
and then
but
he goes back
it
to
always
the
be
shop.
like that, you know.
But we have him on camera. He unplugs the video. He takes her, all her clothes off, burns everything, pours bleach on her and cleans her with bleach, puts her back in the van, and then takes
Ooh,
her
I
up to
don't like that
Kingsburg
either.
where he buries her.
He then also confessed to the assault and rape of Lydia, but before the end of the interview, Travis stood up and approached Garule.
He says, you just wouldn't give up. And I looked at him and I said, you're right.
As this was happening, the district attorney called Tony to announce to him that they'd found Kenya's body.
It was at that moment that I knew that, okay, they found Kenya, and I needed to get home and let
Aw.
Maria and the kids know before this thing hit the news. So I went out to my truck, and I kind of just sat there. I had to control myself before I could go and take away their hope. And I had them, and that.
Hi, Lil. How you doing? Welcome in. Poor guy. Yeah, he had to go home and tell his family, and he didn't know what to do because he was the one trying to hold them together.
And that was the toughest thing I've ever done.
His family was
Thank you so much for the
devastated, but their struggle
resub.
wasn't
9
over
months.
yet.
Let's go.
They still needed to attend
Sorry if
Travis's
my head's
sentencing.
down. I'm
On the other
totally
side of the
facing
stage,
my iPad,
someone
you know,
else was preparing
or my
for this
fucking
event.
tablet.
Lydia, only 2 days after being discharged from the hospital, wrote down a victim impact statement to be read during the court hearing.
It took
When am I
me
giving birth?
about
I don't know,
an
bro. You tell
hour
me.
To write it. And a lot of courage to get up there with my dad, who had to read it because I was non-speaking.
What follows is a word-for-word rendition of that statement.
You caused me no harm. My spirit, my soul, my mind remain untouched. May you find peace in this life.
And to
It's
the
sad
surprise
that
of
she's so
everybody in that
forgiving, bro.
courtroom, Lydia's father finished reading his daughter's impact statement with these words: "Travis Forbes, I forgive you for what you did to me."
There wasn't a dry eye in that courtroom, including the judge. It's freeing for her, and I understand that. And I did the same. Because we're not gonna live in that hatred.
Garuli and Tony couldn't believe their ears. Only 3 months after the attack, she truly accomplished the impossible.
She just wanted to get over it, and she
To
had
do
just
what she
woken up
did
too.
and to endure what she went through, I couldn't imagine. She's a superhero in my eyes.
What she did during her court proceedings on the day that he was sentenced for what he did to her, the amount of her strength and her will to live.
After the sentencing, Kenya's family finally got the chance to properly meet Lydia. A powerful experience, especially for Kim, Kenya's little sister.
I have nothing but respect for her. She's just such a sweet woman and so strong and positive. When I gave her a hug, I broke down. I don't know, it was weird. I just felt like a connection with Kenya when I was hugging her. It was like almost like I was hugging my sister.
Tony and his family had to go through something infinitely difficult.
Oh, my
but he
leg is
wouldn't
falling
let the
asleep.
loss of his daughter stop him from trying to make a difference.
I created a foundation.
This is all we got, boys. We literally have nothing
Families
here.
of the missing. Her death has changed a lot of girls' lives. I've gotten phone calls and Facebook messages from all these girls who have changed their lifestyles about what they do, how they do. We are absolutely positive that she has saved lives out there. This is why we do what we do.
And as for Lydia, life isn't always easy, but she's making the most out of it. On top of her own activism, she reconverted herself as a yoga teacher. Even if her attacker left his mark on her, she refuses to let him control her.
Whoa, that's
Instead,
crazy,
she chose to
bro.
become the antithesis of
I am
what
not
he
that
was.
flexible.
I believe Travis
Monkey!
Forbes was acting out of fear and hatred. I choose love and peace
Aww.
over fear. And I won.
Lydia Tillman started teaching self-defense class to women for the Arvada Police Department in Colorado. Tony Lee is still running the Kenya Mon, I don't know how to pronounce her last name, I'm so sorry, Monge Foundation. Bro, Lydia is crazy. She threw herself out of a burning building to save her own life. How long have you been drawing, like, in general, not in this stream? Quite some time, but I don't do it consistently enough to actually, like, have any skill at it. Bro, I'm so hungry. All I have is cereal. No! Just eat, like, 12 bowls and you'll be chilling. Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm great, but I have been drawing for some time. But I don't draw consistently enough to actually have any, like, sort of skill at it, so we just ball. Fuck it, we ball. These are mostly just for me to fuck around and us watch some true crime, you know what I'm saying? It just be like that. We ballin' on God. I don't even think I have enough milk. No, sir! You can make like some, I don't know, bro. I don't know, bro. I got nothing. Oh, shoot. There we go. Okay, that's better. Oh my god, it's looking like something maybe. Wow. I don't know. I don't even know, bro. I don't even know. What time is it? It is like, we're like 2.5 hours in. I think I'm probably gonna call it. I'm really tired and I have a collab later in the day. So if you guys do want to watch that, I will be back probably, I think it's 5 p.m. PST. I don't know. I can't remember what time we settled on, but I'll be back later, you know? Probably a little bit before stream. We'll hang out and chat. One super weird fact. Apparently the correct way to eat cereal is with water. No. No, I refuse. I refuse. I will not be eating my cereal with water. It's not happening. That's disgusting. No. Who should we rate out? Let's see. Let's see who we got. Let's see who we got. Let's see who is online. Oh my god, Emmy's online? Bro, I can rate Emmy. Emmy rated me yesterday. Let's get it, boys. Oh shoot, I have to... Okay, I'm putting a raid message in the chat. If you guys want to follow us over for the raid, cereal with apple juice is good. No, there's no way. There is no way. If you guys want to follow us over for the raid, you'll get 250 channel points to use in the next stream, which is going to be later tonight. But I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I know it was a little quiet. My brain is a little fried this morning. So, you know, it kind of be like that. But cereal with cow juice only. Indeed, indeed, indeed. But I hope you guys have a good rest of your night. And thank you so much. Night? It's fucking daytime. Jesus Christ. Somebody needs to help me, bro. I'm confused.